the club, Kobe ladies searching. Really wanna stop, on my brakes ain't working. Hey, cute girl, come rock on me. 234-7514. 754 is the area code. They ain't a room in the front, but my trunk will carry your load. And that ain't white paint, that's dry crap. Windshield wipes sound like dying cats. My car battery keeps stalling off, and my rear view mirror keeps falling off. I need Tylenol, cause my shocks is busted. Bumper stickers to block the rust. With car that smell like shrimp fried rice. I'm straight exhibit on pimp my ride, cause I love my Bugle. I slide into my Bugle. We riding, sweeping through this. No matter if my roof's looking rusted, on my windows busted, inside smelling busted. When it brings a tug, it trust me. A Bugle, that's what I got, a Bugle. Caught up in a Bugle. You know you had a Bugle. Let me see you do the Bugle. Bugle. Sit going through the Bugle. Out with the new and in with the old to get in. My car stick a wrench in the door. Even though we D'd up, you could all get in. My hoop there's not a shirt I'm falling in. So hit the alternator, get the car started. We cooped up, swerving through the lot and died. A roof interior is always falling. Remove it now, look at all the drawings. Orange on my Florida tags, no windows, only garbage bags. Still got the club and I may use it. This bass music, not bass music. My car breaks down, you know I'ma take the jam Pony Express or I'ma ride the train. Got stocks, no candy, paint is old. Let me see your hoop there roll. I love my hoop there. I slide into my Bugle. We riding, sweeping through this. No matter if my roof's looking rusted, on my windows busted, inside smelling busted. When it brings a tug, it trust me. A Bugle, that's what I got, a Bugle. We caught up in a Bugle. You know you had a Bugle. Let me see you do the Bugle. Sitting going through the Bugle.
C22 has come and gone, but if you're still looking for any of those exclusives, look no further than that Spider-Man booth over on Whatnot. Especially if you're looking for those X-Men Savage Land Mark Brooks covers. They got all 4 covers, one with Storm, Rogue, and Jean Grey, the solo Jean Grey, solo Rogue, and of course Storm, all signed by Mark Brooks as well. Plus, they have a bunch of other exclusives left over from C2E2. So swing on over to Whatnot, search for that Spider-Man booth, and check out their live shows. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Minty Fresh Morning Show, Season 2, Episode 32. It's your boy, Skrilla.
And it's your girl, Phie. Good morning.
What's up, little Phie? What's going on, everybody? We got to be like 30 days till GemCon at this point, man.
Yeah, today's the 23rd.
Today is the 23rd. So what on the 20? Oh, so 30 days.
Is there 31 days in April or 30?
I think there's 31.
There might be 31 days then.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? GT Key dropping gang signs before the show. Curmudgeon says, shake it. Did you see the thumbnail, babe?
No. Oh, Shake Weight one. Yeah, I did see it. I did see
I think that was an Arnold Knight production live from the sweatshop. Appreciate it, Arnold Knight. Trippy Flippy has arrived. What up?
It's 30 days. Well, it's 30 days for you, Cecilia. You'll be here on Thursday.
Damn.
Flippy too.
Less than a month.
Jeez Louise.
Pretty much a month.
I can't wait for GemCon.
I was looking forward to this stream, man. We were going to go live yesterday, but then I ended up dropping the video. It was ready. Big shout out to DJ Links for helping me with the edit. I edited the whole thing. It was like a 51-minute video, and I was just burnt out, man. I was like, I need some help. Plus, I wouldn't have been able to do that whole live performance edit that DJ Links did. So big shout out to
with the money.
That, and he did a couple different things. Big shout out to DJ Links though. Jazandrew says Skrilla in the house shaking weights, like my man Ice Cube said. I push rhymes like wait, yay. What up, Painted Pages? What up, Triple R? Yes, sir. Scotty Arms. Yeah, he had me looking like Vinny from Jersey Shore.
You did.
Yeah,
you did.
I wasn't really mad at it though. Ruben Goose, what up? Oh, there goes DJ Links. Came in early this morning.
Good morning.
What up, Boobins? Oh, he said he'll be back. He'll be back full time next. Construction is done. What's up, Phie?
Nothing. Chilling.
You seem quiet today.
I'm expecting you to go on and on and on about your shit today.
Why I got to go on and on and on?
Because that's your MO. That's your thing.
You should go on and on and on.
About what?
Tell them how many times you spent in the studio listening to the same beat going on over and over.
They weren't fun times for me. That was not a fun period of time for Phie.
Yeah, it was rough times, man, for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, Arnold Knight with that T-Rock verse. Damian Wayne said, Deerfield, stand up. Got to get my eyes red. Remember Eyes Red? I think you were there when we made that song.
I probably was, yeah.
You were there.
I was probably sitting around twiddling my thumbs for hours.
Curtis, what up? Today is an Epic Universe Day at Universal. Hoping to feel like a kid again. Oh, damn. So you're at Universal? DJ Link says, stacking chips like Pringles, don't let them sprinkle on the floor. Do you let them sprinkle?
Never.
Oh, shit. What else was I going to say? We were supposed to talk about that Kanye West shit, man.
I can't. I'm so upset right now.
What's up with your boy Kanye?
What in the world are you doing,
Kanye
bro?
West just tries to say all the things you're not supposed to say and prove that he can get away with it.
I really hope for his mental state that this current revelation is not true.
I'm too far away from you.
It's not true. The cousin is currently incarcerated for killing a pregnant woman.
Jeez,
He's never getting out. Part of me says it's true.
Keep him locked up.
Yellow Flash said Kanye loves his cousin.
Keeps it in the family.
Poor Kim.
Embarrassing for the kids,
man. Kids. Jeez.
Tommy Key says, first reaction for Thunderbolts looking positive. What up, Pate in the house?
What up?
We need to re-release Dub City. I don't even have a copy of that album. Do you have it?
I might.
I
have to find the CD, but everything's packed away. I can't get to anything.
Got the album art, but I don't like I changed the pictures on the final version. You have like an old version.
I'm a huge collector of like anything memorabilia that has to do with my husband. So I have so many things. I have a stack of your CD covers.
Damn, we gotta show those off. Yeah, Coconator dropped a $2 super chat saying, nah, bro, Kanye's on that Galaxy gas. He's on something, all right.
He's on some kind of gas.
Polly Lopes, what up? Oh, this Curtis is driving into I think he means Epcot, no? That's what I'm thinking. Metal Elf, what it do?
Maybe.
Fallen Hero, what up?
Epcot's great. Magic Kingdom's better. Epcot wasn't my favorite as a kid.
Damian Wayne said his girl let the Pringles sprinkle on the floor this morning. Shake my head.
You get your belt out? She'll never do it again.
Never let him sprinkle. What up, Clint? After watching your latest video, is there any advice you would have given young Gem? Damn.
Fuck. Listen, you don't have enough time.
I think kind of what I said at the end of the video, like, be open-minded to, change your path as needed. I could say some other things, but I don't want to start tearing up right now about family and this and that. But yeah, I would have avoided a lot of bullshit. So I got these new shirts in. What was the name of the thing I said it was called? Revision something. The thing is, this is a 2X, but it's much leaner on the sides than the 2Xs from like Culture Kings or
he's gonna not fit in these very soon.
No, but it doesn't look like a 2X on me right now. It's kind of pretty snug.
No,
but the Wolverine versus Venom joint.
Epic Universe. He said it again. Epic Universe. There must be a new
I don't know what that is.
Universal Park Epic Universe.
Mock Swag in the house. What up? D Marcel, what up? 2 screen time. You guys on TV and on the comments. That's how you got to do it.
What's up, Eric?
That's how you got to pump up them viewer numbers.
Yo, you guys aren't gonna believe what we watched yesterday. We tried to.
Oh my god.
We tried to. We put it on. I was like, who is this made for? Is this for kids? Or is this for adults?
We started watching Toxic Avenger, and I'm realizing I definitely didn't see this movie before. Holy shit, man. Every other word is the F-bomb.
And like it's like very juvenile situation. So I'm like, who is this made for?
They're doing coke.
Titties out.
The killing is crazy.
Then first of all, they're like, can we get every slur in this movie? Can we fit it all
the slurs,
every slur,
killing kids and people with cars?
Excuse me, I said it perfectly clear. No.
That was crazy, man.
We had to turn it off. I was like, I cannot watch anymore.
I was thinking like, you know what, maybe I used to be more of a fan of Toxic Crusaders, the animated series and the toy line.
Oh, we have to see that. But yeah, I don't know that we saw that.
Deflex one back in the house. Jazz King saying, what celebrity scandal shocked you the most? I don't know that any has really shocked me.
I'm gonna go with the one I always
the traumatic
say.
Divorce.
It was so traumatic for me. Gwen Stefani and Gavin Ross. That was really upsetting for me.
Just breaking up. That was the scandal for
Yeah, it was bad.
Lucas Soul in the house. What up? Joey C. What up? Don't believe in celebrities. They're just overpaid humans. Yeah, exactly. Eric says it was a toss-up between O.J. Simpson and Kevin Spacey. Got to be up there. The thing is, first of all, the O.J. Simpson chase, that was on my birthday.
I got to tell you, I kind of there's a conspiracy theory about the O.J. Simpson trial, and that he is innocent, and that he's covering for his son.
That's right.
And I said, that's it.
That would make sense.
That's why he can deny it so.
Well, he died recently.
I don't know if I say this word right, vehemently, but still look like he did it. His son did it. I think that's what happened.
I can see the son, his mom's messing around with some dude, this, that, and the third. Deflex One said, "Dem Boys." The Dem Boys albums were fire too, man. The first one was a little bit rough, but the second one was dope as hell. 30 days till GemCon. No, we didn't do 420, man. We actually we had a sugar coma and passed out early.
We went and drove to a surrounding city.
Oh yeah, yesterday we went
and drove to a surrounding city.
We drove to a city that we're contemplating moving to,
and drove around a little bit.
I
said, "Who fucks with this?
We can rock with it.
We could do this."
Cutthroat. Have you ever had a bad flu? That digestive system is so messed up before. I think I had the flu bad once or twice.
First of all, anytime a man gets sick, you get him in the ICU stat. get a line going. Get him on some. Oh, what is it? Saline? Is it saline with some B12?
Saline is just liquids, right? Fluids. Yeah. Like, what about when the kids are sick and then the man's always like, babe.
Like within hours.
I'm feeling it too.
I gotta lay down.
D. Marcel wants to introduce Jessica Drew into Spider-Man 4, but I want it to be the version from the Ultimate Universe on Domain 616. Isn't that in the Ultimate Universe Peter Parker's clone? Didn't they do that with the Clone Saga? Mr. J in the house. Let's get it crack-a-lacking.
What up?
We got Double M in the house. Piece to MC Skrilla. Them boys were wearing those XX hoodies. First of all, brother, 4 to 5X
humongous
tees. No, tall tees
to their shins. I was gonna say knees, but I'm gonna say shins.
Tall tees with long shorts.
They're tall tee moo-moos on.
Oh, with the double-breasted suit series. Yeah, but that was the funeral pic, man. He was looking good as hell in that though. Dillette, what up?
Those were the black Reeboks with they were mids, I believe, with the ice. No, they had the ice blue bottoms. Black with the ice blue bottoms.
Spidey Man in the house. Flippy been on that falling in love. D-Flex said y'all had bangers. Oh, you think you can get Gold Rush on the show? Yeah, we were planning on doing it, and then when we first started doing this Minty Fresh Morning Show season 1. I was gonna have him on, and we even set it up and tested it, but then we never did it. Maybe we'll do it now that I kind of let the cat out the bag, and we could share some stories. Because it's weird. I told the whole story from my perspective. His perspective probably looks way different, or at least somewhat different. But he commented on the video. He watched it.
He's in there if you want to go and peep all his shit.
Kanye loves his cousin.
If you go to that video and you go to the comments, you will find what's the
I think it's Official Gold Rush.
Official Gold Rush. You'll see him in there.
And that Bone Thug single drops in 2 days, man. Still gonna support it. Not my favorite Bone song, but that's my dog, and he ain't got fleas. Mark, this is the favorite episode, the Gem lore. We all heard of Kissing Cousins. Never was on that shit. What's with cousins and murder? I know, right? These cousins are out of control.
What are we doing? It's the year of the cousin. Everybody better look out for your cousins.
D. Marcel said Kanye really gave his cousin the sloppy toppy at a young age. It's got to be Cap. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's. I thought it was kind of just shock value thing to say.
Wait, so I thought he said that his cousin was 6 when he was doing it to his cousin, and he did it until
he was
Kanye
14.
was 16. I feel like, or 14. I feel like we don't really know what age either person was at when it started.
They're saying that Kanye will sound like the aggressor. Grief, what up? Yeah, that's his favorite cousin. Looking at Kanye's personal trainer, he's got bodies. He's ruining people. Probably a CIA operative. That's why Ye is nuts now.
Oh, what's up, Flippy's mom? Hi.
Mrs. Howard in the house.
I'm going to be picking him up from the airport. I will also be dropping him off. It'll be perfect. I'll have water bottles and all of that.
Smoldering rage builds in Phie. Yeah, Phie doesn't like the Too Hot era. She was the first lady of Too Hot, though.
You guys have no idea.
Kanye's tripping. He's always saying something like Butterfinger BBs were good. They were good.
You know what? he's not tripping when he says that. That's the one truth he's gonna say.
Chad Canoe said, "Don't sweat too much because Gem gives you foot massages every night." First of all,
if he touches my feet, he's gonna catch a heel to the nose.
Phie's not with the feet touching.
I don't like my feet being touched. I'm very ticklish.
Phelps, yeah, I see that Oblivion remaster coming out. I never played the first one. I don't think. Isn't that? Hold on. Is that the Bethesda game that came before Skyrim? I'm pretty sure. I think that's what it is. Actually, yeah. Skyrim was like the only Bethesda game I really got into. Robert Mulder, good morning.
It's gonna be so crazy when you guys get here, Cecilia.
Phie goes, go ahead.
No, Phie goes, yeah. It's a different kind of anger. It's deep.
Oh, it's okay. Curtis got a special pass into the Universal Park Epic Universe. Okay. Joe says Kanye was at the pinata. Was the pinata at every Diddy party?
I
Jeez.
hope not.
Oh, I never heard this.
Wait, he never denied it?
What, Kanye?
Kanye's like,
I don't know.
oh my God.
He also said crazy stuff about Jay-Z and Beyonce. Like he's said everything that you're not supposed to say type of shit.
I believe it.
Okay, so Epic Universe is what has Mario World, Monsters World, How to Train Your Dragon. It looks dope. Damn. Phie has not used those Fifth Element ice cube trays. I think she's got them packed away. Oh,
the problem is they are packed away. The problem is I need to put them on a tray. When you're putting it into the refrigerator flimsy, it spills everywhere. We have done them. They work really well.
Oh, okay.
I didn't, because they're flimsy. Some of the water spilled out and it wasn't a complete solid stone. It was missing a little bit of water.
Celestial Park, Super Nintendo World, Dark Universe. Okay. What up, Super Miguel?
What up?
Being lean, I'm all about a lean fitting tee. I know. And when I get into shape, I was all about them. Them soft tees, I'll tell you, fat boys don't like them soft tees. They be hugging on your hips.
Yes.
On your tits.
They will grip every curve, even if you ask it not to.
But what's funny, when I lost all the weight last time, those were my go-tos.
Oh yeah.
Got to get back into it, man.
Those were your favorites when you were all the way.
Yeah. It's the ones that you would find at the thrift too. Your boy dad, though, 15 pounds. Ain't gonna lie.
It's too much, babe.
Phie's getting mad. I don't really look like it on screen right now.
G Moya, good morning. What's up, comic addicts?
What's happening? What's going on? What did we miss? So we were live Monday. What's today? Wednesday? What did we miss between now and then? Besides Kanye West going crazy. What up, Peter Powers?
We watched we watched that movie. We watched another movie though. Oh, I watched Heretic with the girls.
I didn't watch it.
I watched Heretic with the girls. They really liked it. The girls really liked it. They were yelling at me to shut the fuck up the whole movie.
Yeah, Toxic Avengers, he said the movie is nothing like the cartoon. Yeah, because I've seen what bro looks like with like the what's it called?
They were like hiding him for like the beginning of.
He kept walking backwards the whole beginning of the movie. Then they finally showed his face. Yeah, the fourth one though I think is like a fan made movie or something. But yeah, the first movie was wild. We didn't even finish it. It was
I was like,
crazy.
I was initially, he was like, let's turn this off. And I was like, we've got to watch. I said, we got to watch it through to the end. And then like we were
on the 8th pair of breasts, Phie was like, all
right. I said, let's
many tits
go
in that
ahead
movie.
and bounce. They like purposefully hit people with their car and then
crazy.
take pictures of it. It's so inappropriate.
Yeah, I thought that the movie was based on a comic, but I guess the movie came out first and then they made a comic book series. Why did they decide to make a children's cartoon based off of this though? It just doesn't make sense, because wouldn't kids be like, oh, I like Toxic Crusaders, let's watch the live action movie?
But it's not Toxic Crusaders, Toxic Avenger.
I know they changed wait, it's the same characters though.
Is it?
It's Toxie, the mob bucket, it's the same guy. I think they couldn't use the word Avengers or some shit like that in the cartoon, in the toy line. They changed it to Toxic Crusaders. It's loosely based off the movie, but it's the same character, Toxie.
I didn't know that
because they even had a video game.
They never called him Toxie.
Well, I don't know that we didn't really get into.
Oh, okay.
Look at Phie's eyes when she goes into conspiracies. They get bugged out.
Yep.
We them boys. All right. Chad says, if Elvis is the music of the 50s, the Beatles in the 60s, Queen for the 70s, MJ for the 80s, Nirvana for the 90s, who's the music artist of the 2000s?
Britney. It's pop music, no?
Britney? No,
Britney Spears. Or is it Hanson?
Hell no. Does it go to rap? Does it go to like?
Why would it go to
Does
rap?
it go to 2000s?
It was born then.
It's like the Eminem era or like the Nelly era.
Rap won't be the top. That's the 20s.
You think so?
The 20s.
Lady Gaga got to be a big.
Gaga.
Eric said he got the flu not too long ago. I thought I was gonna die.
What's Jersey Freaks, Tommy? It's creeps.
Yeah, the New Jersey Toxic Avenger is New Jersey Creeps. Who else was some New Jersey stuff I just saw the other day? Yeah, the whole movie it's filmed in New Jersey, or it takes place in a fictional town in New Jersey.
That's
Traumaville,
crazy. Yeah,
Traumaville or something.
MJ gets it. See, Backstreet Boys, like it's pop music.
Backstreet's back. All right.
It might be Backstreet.
Mr.
Boys.
J said the celebrity situation was both Pac and Biggie for me. No one's seen that coming even to this day. I remember that happened. I was young, and I remember when I don't know if it was Biggie or Pac. I was at summer camp, and I was like, "Damn, what the hell? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell, yo?"
Audio.
Yeah, she was his clone in that universe. What are we talking about? Who was whose clone?
I don't know.
Painted Page has been sick for 3 days. Gas was so bad, his wife contemplating divorcing me. Jeez Louise.
Jesus.
The notorious just please us. How did y'all have all that recording equipment as teenagers? Yo, that's a good question. So Rush, my boy Gold Rush, his mother is a pianist. His father was a drummer. So they literally bred a producer, right?
He's musically inclined.
And the thing with Rush, he never got video games or toys for birthdays or Christmas. They always gave him another musical instrument. So he would just have, you get a keyboard, a beat machine, this, that. And that's just all he ever had, man. Because he was doing that shit from a youngster. So yeah, he had that equipment. And then I guess I can tell you guys another quick story. So we used to record in his house. And then when the stuff started happening around the early 2000s, like 2005-ish, we started having a little bit of money. Everybody had a job or whatever. So I was like, let's find a warehouse and we could build our own studio. So I'm calling around warehouses in the area. And I get to this one and they're like, oh yeah, we have a warehouse available, but can you give us a couple of days? We got to demolish the insides because it's a recording studio. So I was like, what? Hold up. That's what we need. Can you leave it as is? So we actually had this studio where you would walk in and there was like a front area, bathroom, and there was 2 equally large separate rooms. One of them was for like the equipment and the other room was the booth. So the recording booth could fit like a whole choir in it. It was actually kind of crazy. But I mean, we recorded a lot in his house, but then we did have that warehouse for like a year or some shit. But yeah, he had the equipment, and we used to record on like, I don't know if it's called like 8-track recorders. So sometimes we would have to do a verse and then bust it down to one file, and then make it use just one track, and then stack on top of that. But then eventually he got Pro Tools and shit.
I think I have that picture.
Deflex1 says, kind of funny how Gold Rush goes by Raiden Rush and you're into Mortal Kombat. I could tell y'all grew up with each other. Yeah, he was a Mortal Kombat fan as well. But he never got into shit as much as I did because his whole life was music, making music, all that shit, while I was into video games and comic books and stuff like that. Quest for Heroes, what up? What is this? Nappy tuck-ins?
I think for like going to bed at night when they come here.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Okay. Mrs. Howard said, thank you. Yeah, the Kanye West fish sticks thing came true years later.
That's crazy.
He's a motherfucking gay fish.
So crazy. It's somewhere. I have a picture from the studio of all you guys together.
All right, so Expedition 33 is a turn-based combat game, but you can still dodge, parry, and looks gorge. Yeah, he did this on the academics interview. He was in the black clan suit with the swastika necklace. He's just trying to be out there.
That what you're talking about, Metal Elf, is actually something with the Catholic faith.
Right.
I mean, I get it. They look like Klansmen things, but I think they're actually like people with the church.
Oh, Chad Canute, Doom, Dark Ages. Yeah, I'm gonna be all over that. Trust me. Yeah, we'll have to do a platinum quest. That could be the 100th platinum. I don't know. I still got to get 98.99 though. Elder Scrolls series is Arena, Daggerfall, Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim. They never made one after Skyrim, huh? I got the platinum for Skyrim, but I cheated. I used an in-game exploit.
I feel like I remember you playing Skyrim.
Yeah. There was a trick with some kind of book like in the beginning of the game, and you could keep putting it in the shelf and taking it out and like buff your character all the way up.
See, Tommy Keys knows. He says they wear those clan-looking outfits in Spain a lot. It's religious. Yeah, it's like a religious thing.
Yeah. I'd want some Fifth Element ice cube trays. I'd use them to make edibles. Are they big though? The cubes, right?
Perfect.
Hugging
Perfect. Yes.
I like your titties. Damien West said pause, but Jim's looking good. Gym workouts are working, bro. Keep it up.
It is.
Yo, once I started doing ab workouts again, I started dropping weight, man. Like today, I'm down 15.6 pounds, but I put a lot of muscle on though, so it ain't just like I'm losing body mass. Like I'm burning fat for sure. I feel good, man. Feeling good.
Pate says he's been talking about this 100th plat since June. Are you having trouble finding your cheat codes or your guides or what?
I'm having trouble finding the motivation to actually grind out a platinum.
The real cheat code.
Which
Motivation.
Motivation. Appreciate you, Damien. Wizane. Phie's starting to get mad at me. That's how I know I'm doing good.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's a problem.
It's not a problem. If it was a problem, yo, I'll solve it.
Problem.
You know what was funny? I didn't talk about in that video yesterday that I was going to mention it, but remember I said that I was in the 11th grade, Rush was in the 9th grade, and we would skip school every day. Bro, I did that shit every single day from 11th grade to 12th grade. I even re-enrolled into high school. But you didn't
go to his house every day like that because you picked up me most days. Like you're saying every day.
Well, every day before I met you. But first of all, we skipped every single day, and I was even re-enrolled into high school for a 5th year.
He was a super senior.
Yo, you know what happened?
Not Super Saiyan.
You want to hear a funny story? One time, so I had a car, right? So once I had a car, I never went to school. And I was in Deerfield Beach High School. It was an F school. Nobody gave a shit. I used to wave to the security guy. Everyone was scared of him. I would wave to him.
My dad went to Deerfield.
But every now and then I couldn't skip unless my car was in the shop or Rush wasn't there. So I stayed in school the whole day. And one day towards the end of the year and like senior year, I had to stay the entire day I couldn't find anyone to give me a ride. I had to go to the whole day. And I remember going to 4th period, the last period, and I had my schedule, like the shit you have on the first day. And the teacher was like, "Who are you?" And I was like, I told them who I was, and they were like, "Holy shit!" That was my first time ever going there. It was like at the end of the year. It was crazy. But super senior. But I only really went to that super senior for like a couple days. I think I just needed English 3 and Algebra 2 to get my diploma.
You gotta know English.
And I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna lock in and do it." But I was so far behind. I didn't really know what to do. So then I just got my GED.
English.
Yeah. After Earth trailer came out yesterday. Heretic is A+. I thought you said you didn't really like it.
I thought that couple parts, I was like, this is stupid. The blueberry pie part, I was like, really? Okay.
It was scary or no?
No, not really.
It was just freaky?
It was freaky because like, I don't know if I should say spoiler.
They were talking about some kind of simulation, life simulation kind of thing?
It was definitely like gore. Like there were parts that were like, wow, that's a lot to take in.
So was Toxic Avenger.
It was like back to back.
Our PR's here ready to fight with Phie.
Hello.
MJ Comics, what up? Hugh Grant was great in Heretic. Hugh was back. I remember him from all the rom-coms in the 90s.
Right. He was definitely not doing rom-com things.
He always had the 90s haircut where it was like long right here, but like, look at my hair's all messed up.
I don't think you know who Hugh Grant is.
Hugh Grant? I know who the fuck Hugh Grant is. Hell yeah.
He does a part in his hair. I feel like he does like definitely like it brushes it to the side.
He's got he had longer hair. Yeah, the 4th movie. Yeah, I saw that. It's not official. It's fan made. And then the 2nd and 3rd Toxic Avengers was supposed to be just the 2nd, but the director shot too much. First of all, nobody that was involved with the first Toxic Avenger movie had any business being involved with movies. None of the actors, none of the extras, the director, it just seemed like it was some dude who just got a bunch of people to show up and they just filmed it. Like it was so ridiculous. The only person who gets a little bit of credit is the prosthetic guys and the effects guys. They did a decent job, but otherwise that shit was crazy.
Yeah, I kept telling Jem, I'm like, the storyline is kind of stupid, but like it's so inappropriate for kids. Like I don't understand, who is this made for?
Yeah, what was the target? I think it was for
early 20-year-olds
in their early 20s.
in the 80s would have been amused by this. This was so whack. It was so bad.
Chad says, Phie, this is a hot take, but John Cena could play Corbin Dallas in his sleep. First of all, let's not throw some disrespect on Bruce Willis's name.
Listen, Chad, don't show up to GemCon. We're fighting.
Uppercuts incoming.
You're gonna be receiving bludgeons.
Oh, the Alien Earth trailer. No, I haven't seen that yet. I'll have to check it out.
Tommy Keys, I was losing it at that part with the blind girl where they shot the dog.
They killed it.
I almost turned it off at that point.
We didn't make it much longer than that.
Yes, Eric the Guapo. It was Korn. It was.
What was Korn?
The show. It was softcore.
Oh yeah. There was a bunch of the guy goes in to rob a what was the store he was trying to rob? It was like a coffee shop. He tries to grape the one girl. It's like crazy, man.
Yeah, they had a baseball fury in the show.
He was actually
they had the shotgun pointed in this kid's. I'm not talking about like an 8-year-old. I'm talking about he can't walk yet. He's a toddler.
That was crazy.
He's an infant.
That was crazy. D. Marcel, we did see this. Well, Disney needs to stop with the live action remakes in general because I think they're losing hundreds of millions of dollars each time. So I don't know if it was so much because of Rachel Zegler, but I think just the movie underperforming and losing money in general. Every violent 80s movie had to have a cartoon. Yeah, RoboCop had the cartoon. I was actually reading up on it, and they were like the Toxic Crusaders cartoon was based on a series of cartoons that came out at the same time about being Earth conscious. So like Captain Planet cartoon was out at the time, the Swamp Thing cartoon. There was another one as well, but I was like, yeah, they did actually have a bunch of those type of shows. Creole Williams, what's up? That's a name I haven't seen in a while. Oh, what's up, Adam?
First of all, I want to say good morning, Jess. Have a good day at work. We'll see you later.
Your brother's watching the show. What's going on,
Alex.
Uncle Al? Tommy Keys, they do have also a musical. If I was from
if I was Glorilla.
If I was from New Orleans, or is that
Memphis? Come on,
musical stage performance too. I know I saw that.
You got a beautiful spirit.
I think all the Trauma movies were made in Jersey. A lot of the people in the movie, I was like, damn, these look like my people. And then I was like, oh, I think my dad was an extra in this movie. No, my dad was an extra in some Jersey Creep movie. Something about not Fast Times at Richmond High, but it sounds like that. Like high school is in the title.
Richmond High. It's Richmond High. I'm
whatever.
Sure.
He would
Ridgemont.
Maybe Mock knows the movie, but it's some obscure low budget movie. Something about. I know what it is. It's something Nukem High, like nuclear. Nukem High. Let me pull this up. My dad said he was an extra in this movie. Nukem. I can't believe I remember that 1986 film. Babe, we got to watch Nukem High. We got to see if we could find Charlie.
Absolutely will watch this whole movie if your dad is in it. I'll see him in a second because he's gonna look just like skinny you.
Damn, Class of Nukem High. Class of Nukem High is the name of the movie.
I'm gonna be straining my eyes trying to see your dad in this movie.
It was distributed by Trauma Entertainment. Speaking of trauma. Oh, it was the same guy who did Toxic Avenger, Lloyd Kaufman. I knew it sounded.
What is this movie rated?
It's probably got no rating.
NC-17.
Traumaville High School in New Jersey is located next to a nuclear power plant, so it's in the same universe as Toxic Avenger. I knew there was some kind of connection there, bro. What?
Weird, babe. Weird. Oh, Creole says he was an extra in Captain America: Winter Soldier.
What? Were you in the elevator scene?
Tommy Key says it's going to have lots of tits. Great. Gem will stay totally engaged.
First of all, looking at these 80s tits, I feel like I was looking at my mom. Brittany and JT were the artists of the 2000s? Maybe. Traumaville. All right, hold on. RPR caught the Monday replay. Best abduction. Oh. Communion with Mr. Christopher Walken. That has the anal probes.
Damn. From
the Dungeons, a Jersey Creep.
Yeah.
Arnold Knight's got the same birthday as Brittany. I got the same birthday as Jay from Jay and Silent Bob.
Dirty Diggler, I'm pretty sure, is also a New Jersey Creep. You're in Jersey, right, Clint?
Gardens
Clinton.
State, Scallywags.
Hold on.
Brittany did kick off the pop revolution. Chad Knudsen wants to know how old is everybody in the chat.
If you're brave enough to go ahead and drop your age.
I'm 40. We're both 40. I'm about to be 41, bro. Yo, I know. I told
40.
Before I know it, I'm gonna be 45, then 49. And I'm gonna be like, fuck.
I
50.
heard like life really opens up in your 40s. I feel like that's what everyone's saying. Like, no, don't think you're at the end. It's just beginning.
Because now you can kind of go through life not really caring because it's just a different mentality at this point.
Here's the thing. They tell you not to have kids when you're young. I had my first daughter. I had her when I was 19. I wish I would have had my second one way sooner.
Yeah.
Both of my kids would be out of high school right now. I have 1 year left.
Our kids are 17 and 20.
17 and 20.
Crazy.
Every girl should have her kids like before she's 25. All of them.
Mike Cecilia says, could you imagine going on without Mario? That really helped mold me as a person. Tommy Key says his brother is in a signed band, got that musically inclined family. That's what's up.
Damn. Tommy, how are you musically inclined? Would you play the skin flute? That's Kanye. He plays that, right?
Yeah, the skin flute is crazy. Old man Chad.
That's really when he knew he wanted to go into music.
From the Dungeon.
Alex, did you hear about that?
Who?
Yo, From the Dungeon says he's an old man, 48.
48. I'm about to be there with you.
D. Marcel's 24. You're a child.
He's a youngster.
You're old enough to be our son.
He looked like she was having Vietnam flashbacks a little bit.
I am.
Look at Phie's eyes when Jem breaks into one of his stories. Yeah.
Micaiah Brown. Oh, that's right. And Micaiah Brown, how old's your baby now?
Youngster,
3?
right?
2. 3 or 2. Somewhere around there.
Micaiah's a young buck, man. Flippy's the youngest, probably. What is Flippy?
Alex.
14, 15?
Kanye West just tweeted out yesterday or the other day that when he was a kid, he sucked his cousin's dick until he was 14.
That's crazy. What? Flippy gets a story before bed, too.
Painted Pages is in our demographic. Oh, Arnold Knight, too. Tommy Keys, you're only 31.
Yeah, I was surprised. Tommy Keys is a youngster. Flippy just watched the movie 7. Crazy ass movie, bro. I don't know if I'd watch it again. It was very suspenseful. I've never seen 7. The Brad Pitt, what's in the box thing. I only know the memes.
Oh, I thought that was a different. Jaggernaut is 52. What's that, Perry? Oh, she's going to be 3 this year. Yeah, I knew. She was close. He said, adopt me. D. Marcel said, adopt me.
How old is he again?
24. Flippy's 23. He's our honorary son. So
adoptive.
Right.
Yeah, Japan does, because they even have him wearing the swastika in Blade of the Immortal, and they have a disclaimer in the beginning of the manga, like, look, man, this is not a Nazi symbol. This symbol was long around before. And I think the Nazis put it on a tilt or not a tilt or something.
Right, they it's on point. It's on point in quilting terms.
I think the Japanese or the Asian one is maybe it's squared.
I'm pretty sure it's like Buddhist or something. Yeah, I'm sure. What are you, born on leap year?
Perry Comics is so hyped to play Oblivion. You know, I did try to play Oblivion. After I played Skyrim, I was like, oh damn, I really got into Skyrim. And then I remember trying to play Oblivion, and I don't think I got that much past to create your character and being in the first part. Elder Scrolls 6 has been in development, got that GTA 6 mystery vibe.
Flippy says that his bio parents have given us permission to adopt him because he wants to move to America.
I don't think we could even claim you on our taxes, man. You're Flippy, over 20.
The key is you fly in, you never fly out. That's all there is to it. No.
Shout out to our boy Eric Thompson, the Wolfpack, gifting out 5 membies.
You know I don't read good.
You read so good, babe.
Unintelligent Design grabbed his a membership this morning, but his gem is red. What does that mean?
That means he's had it before and is bridging his time.
Pete Callan, Eagles Fly High.
Yes, sir.
Oh no, it says Fly Eagles Fly. Sorry, I read that wrong. Blue Gundam 13. AJ Collects. Tomb of Fire. That was all of them? That's all of them. I was gonna read Metal Elf 2, but he didn't get one. Congrats, guys. Welcome in.
The Psycho's back. What up?
Nate Dogg.
The new Toxic Avenger movie with Peter Dinklage as Toxie was shelved 2-3 years ago, but they are releasing it after this fall. And they did show it, I think, at some type of Comic-Con. And I heard it was like really bad or really gory, something about it.
So it's right on theme with the first one.
Sleepy and Rainy says, yo, how do you afford all of this? Yo, you got to watch my throwback video, man. It still holds true to this day. How do you afford all this? What do you do for a living? Is a video?
It's one word: hustle.
Gotta hustle.
Gotta hustle hard.
Hustle.
You gotta
hustle.
constantly be doing shit.
I was always good at putting money into collectibles. I always liked that. Like you put your money into collectibles and it maintains some type of value. Sometimes it appreciates, sometimes it doesn't. Then you learn what does more often than not. Icy Bird says, "Wake and bake, dudes." Phie already right there with you.
Hey,
I didn't. I got to do the gym after this.
Devastator says, "I keep getting hit with notifications about the Nintendo Switch 2, but I'm not paying $80 a game."
Hold on, wait a minute. Now that's where I got to disagree with you. We've been paying $80 a game since Nintendo. All right, even if video games went from 60, first of all, they were like $69.99 plus tax.
It was $69 or whatever, and it was the whole game. No.
Yeah,
you're gonna pay $80 for the game, and then they're gonna be like, "We've got all these bundle."
You're talking about
packs.
a 16-bit game that can fit on 3 megabytes of space. The games now, you get so much more game for that same dollar amount. I would argue that video game pricing has been the most inflation-proof of almost anything. Look at comic books; they went from 10 cents to $1 to now they're like $6 each.
Crazy.
Video games have been surprisingly maintaining a similar price.
Well, the way that they screw you on it now is that they don't put everything in the game.
It ain't the full game.
They release stuff delayed later. And so a game that you originally paid $60 for, you're in 120 just with skins and expansion packs and additional content.
PS5 just went up in price. That's the thing about the Nintendo Switch 2. The price on the Switch 2 is like $5.99, or it's up there with like a PlayStation or an Xbox.
Oh, Lucas Soltero says $80 plus tax. You're at $94 just for the one game.
Yeah, but still, look at a KB Toys or Toys R Us catalog from 1996, bro. You were paying $70 for Killer Instinct and shit.
Meyer HQ also adding another feature that they give you. They charge extra for early access.
First of all, you got to pay every month just to have internet capability because you can only play the games on the internet. That's the biggest ripoff. And I used to like PlayStation because Xbox Live was on that from day one, but PlayStation was free, PlayStation Network for years. And just recently you had to like pay for a subscription.
Gavin and Ryan, good morning. I hope you guys have a good day at school.
They're probably not here still, right?
Yes, they friggin', I don't give it. I'll say it.
Say it.
Alex will show them.
Amok was almost a super senior. I didn't gaff. Yeah, me neither. I was just kind of like, well, let me just go get these. I only need 2 credits to graduate. Let me just go there and do it. And then I was like in Algebra 2, and I'm like, bro, I missed too much in Algebra 1 to understand what the hell's going on here. So isn't everyone 20 in their senior year?
Gem was bringing his daughter to school with him. He's like, we both got to go to school.
GTA better be a killer app. I heard that GTA 6 is going to have like its own currency system, and people can start businesses and actually buy, sell, and trade in that world.
Yo,
that's crazy.
I heard they want to charge you per hour of being in the game.
I didn't realize video games was a thing that you needed motivation for. I thought it was the opposite. Well, to try to go for that platinum, you got to get your head in the game. Platinums just don't come easily.
Hold on. RPR says Blizzard has made billions with monthly subscriptions. Players don't cancel. Players thought their World of Warcraft characters would get deleted if they didn't keep the subscription of $10 to $15 a month. But will your WoW character get deleted if you don't keep up with that?
Well, fun fact, Phie's brother, he does power leveling for characters, but not for WoW, for what, EverQuest?
Listen, all those games, all of them.
Chad Canute, I did not know Fred Durst was from Florida, but that kind of adds up, though. He seems like a Florida guy.
It was either Florida or Jersey. He's one of those two places.
Are those the 2 creepiest states? The most creeps come from Florida and Jersey?
I think so. I think so.
What about Newcomb High? Kane Marco, the Juggernaut's in the house. You have your late pass, or do you need to go back to the office?
Come to the front. Meyer HQ says games back then were held at much higher quality. Games now are predatory monetization tools for income, which is why the most popular games are like a Fortune, League of Legends. I don't know what CSGO is and others.
Mm-hmm. From the time it says Super Senior Steven Small 4S. Like, bro, why'd you even show up? I was like, I had to. I had no way out of here. Heretic was ass, Josh says.
I didn't really like it, but like
Chad
it could have been better.
What's going on, Chad? Yeah, we're gonna see Chad at GemCon. It's been like 6 years. Mock says Heretic wasn't good. The American education system, ladies and gents.
Listen, Liger style. And then they want you to pay for more after you finish. Like, no, keep going to college. We can make you dumber.
Watch Requiem for a Dream. You won't watch movies for a month. Jeez. You know what I want to watch? We just saw a reel of it. Triangle. Has anybody seen this movie, Triangle?
My brother just gave me shit about not seeing Requiem for a Dream last night.
Really?
Yeah. He's like, you haven't seen it? I was like, no, I didn't.
Hugh Grant was a good choice in the last D&D movie. Oh, I read that wrong. It's official. It's not fan-made. Oh, the fourth Toxic Avenger? Nico G was just distracted at work. How we doing? I'm feeling good today. I missed you guys. I was excited to see what you guys thought about the video from yesterday. Big lore drop, hour-long video.
Don't worry. Phie will get her 2-hour-long video of her side of the story.
Oh
no one wants to hear. Real vibe ruiner.
I think everybody would like to hear that story.
Bullshit. I don't even want to tell it.
Oh, yeah, that was the blind girl that he busted in on in Toxic Avenger. Jeez. They did they were the Kanye West of their time. Dude, Lloyd Kaufman, who made these movies. That was a crazy
our
movie.
PR says it was okay, the Triangle movie.
It seemed like an interesting concept with the whole kind of looping around thing. Watch Toxic Avenger and Heretic. Nice. Tommy said he saw Toxic Avenger 3 first as a kid. My granddad rented it on VHS for me thinking it was aimed at kids. I know. It's supposed to be like a superhero. It's kind of like the Incredible Hulk, but if it was like in the Cracked magazine world or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like it was just the hero story was similar, but it was crazy. So the Alien Earth trailer is not really a trailer. It's a mock teaser for Earth Day, which was yesterday or so, right?
I think the 21st was Earth Day.
Flippy says, I noticed Gem says longer and younger, but doesn't accentuate the G, which is funny because I thought only Europeans learning English as a second language did that. Longer? How do I not say the G?
Younger.
Younger. Younger?
There's a few letters in the word mountain I can't say. What's the T? Mountain. New comic book day. Watch Ex Machina. I have to watch that. Is that the one? I get it confused with Alita Battle
Angel Alita.
Yeah, whatever that one is.
Painted Pages says no one has made more Make-A-Wish appearances than John Cena. Yeah, no, I saw that because he was also talking about how he doesn't have kids, he doesn't want kids, but I guess he does a lot of that kind of stuff. Oh, I didn't see this Winnie the Pooh when it went public domain. They made a horror movie out of it.
Yes, I didn't see it, but they did.
Eric Guapo coming in with the hot take. Rachel Zegler is hot.
Hot take. If she's not moving and talking and doing that undulation of her jaw, like really like moving it around, if she's pretty, but then she like does all these facial features.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. I heard of that. I don't think I've ever seen that.
I know what you're talking about.
So when I was because I've never seen Evil Dead, and when we were watching Toxic Avenger, I was like, this is what I imagine Evil Dead is kind of like this type of, what do they call it? When it's that type of movie, not a slapper, not
slapstick.
Not a slapstick, not a slasher. Hold on, I'll tell you right now. Toxic Avenger, because that's how they describe it. Splatter film. Splatter. Shake weights.
Campy is what Smokey Collects is saying. Campy.
Hold on. This is actually my weight loss routine. Shake weights, eye of round steaks, veggie medley, canned peas. Sounds great. No sweets, no cake, no frosting. I don't know what this part means, but kinda. Nate Dogg in the house. What up?
I'm blonde, so jot that down.
Class of Nukem High. Yes, sir, Phelps.
What does that mean, Tommy? What does it mean where you're from?
Duke Nukem was my shit. Oh, this is where he said he was an extra in Winter Soldier. Smokey Collect says, holy shit, I haven't seen that since probably the year that it came out. It came out in 86.
We're going to watch that Nukem High School. Nukem High.
Class of Nukem High.
Crazy.
Lloyd Kaufman is a creep.
Who's Lloyd Kaufman? He's
the guy who
the director?
Yeah, who did Toxic Avenger and Nukem High. Walker Joe says, does Gold Rush have any of your boys? Are they into comics or statues? Any crossover? So we were all into it. Like my friends that I grew up with across the street, like they would have comics and trading cards, and they would have shit that I didn't have. I remember like even like recently when I started this channel, my boy was like, "Yo, I still got that Silver Surfer trading card set. Is it worth anything? Like the whole like hologram set." But I said this. I replied to a comment. We were all into it, but I was always like the OCD. If I like something, I dig all the way into it. So
Jem's getting evicted from his apartment. There's no power in it. We're scrambling. I've got my family comes with a car. We back it up to the door of this fucking apartment building so we could just put all the shit that we can gather from this apartment in there. And we're leaving, and I see it in the closet. He's got all his comic books and card folders and shit in here. I'm like, where are we leaving all of this?
Yeah. So I had my childhood. I had like a short box of comics, and I had a couple binders of trading cards. But we were like, did we have Jay yet? We were probably like in our late teens, early 20s, and I just didn't care at the time. I was like,
20.
Man, just leave that shit.
When you were doing your music thing, I had no clue that you were into comic books.
Yeah.
I had no clue that you were into comic books until you started your channel.
Yeah, but I had the comic books from
before.
You
had them, but you never.
So that's what happened. I was into it as a kid. But then as a teenager, I got into music, I got into smoking weed, and I got into all that shit. And then I put that on the back burner. But don't you remember, what was our first date?
Yeah.
So I still like them, but my focus was, I was just so into the music.
It wasn't in our everyday life, though.
No. I didn't get back into my life until we worked at FPL, and I wanted to buy Mortal Kombat Trilogy for PlayStation. So I set up an eBay account. And then I was like, oh, shit, let me grab them 92 Marvel Masterpieces. Oh, shit, let me get the key issues on the back that I used to always want as a kid but could never afford. So I started buying ASM 300 and 316 and first appearances and things of that nature. So yeah, that's when I got back into it. When I put the music down, I was still kind of in the music a little bit at that time, but I was more about working and everything.
We went on our first date, Nate Dogg. We went to go see Spider-Man.
Yeah.
When the MCU started, or was that's Sony? Was that one Sony?
It was Sony. Yeah, but the first, our first official date was when we saw the first Spider-Man. What was that, 2002?
We skipped school.
Okay, so it must have been 2001 because we were still in school. We skipped school. We had a fun day, is what we called it. It was like a Monday, so it's a fun day instead. And we went and saw that movie. And then actually some statues. So the Liu Kang and the Raiden statue that I used to own, I was trying to sell them when I was selling my Mortal Kombat statues, and nobody wanted to buy them. So I just sent them to Rush just for free, and he has them in his studio, the Raiden and the Liu Kang. Jersey got the baddest movies ever. Does that mean like the worst movies ever?
I don't know. He might mean the goodest. Like, they're so bad.
Yeah, Reanimator, I only knew that because Russ from Mill Geek Comics, he did an exclusive for that. And I was like, what? The Reanimator? And he's like, you don't know the Reanimator? I was like, nah. But I guess it's some 80s horror movie.
Pate says it was 2002 because he remembers being stationed somewhere specific when it came out. So it was 2002.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I was a senior then because I was class of 2002. But I didn't graduate I got a GED. Bronze Page Comics says, what is more likely, ghosts or aliens?
Aliens.
Although, if we're really made of energy and energy doesn't die.
I feel like I was thinking about it yesterday, but I didn't say anything to you yet. But like, I feel like if you've been cremated and you're in somebody's like urn, if you're in an urn, that might be a situation where you become a ghost. If you cremate me, I need you to spread my ashes on the earth. Don't keep me in that bottle. He's not listening, and I'm going to be stuck in a bottle forever. Oh, Fallen Heroes 37. Welcome to the chat.
I haven't even gotten to the age. I'm about to get to the age right now. Arc 3D was an extra at Natural Born Killers along with his brother and sister. So I think I might have seen Natural Born Killers back in the day, but it's on our movie, in our 90s movie list that we might end up pulling it. There's like 5 Nukem High movies. Damn.
Okay, just the first one.
It's probably the first one because if it was in 86... Damn, is there not an earlier one? Because I think my parents moved from Jersey to Florida in 85 or 86.
Probably 85.
When I was 1 year old. Eric the Guapo just turned 38. Creole is 40. Speaking of movies that were supposedly for kids, Critters 2 had straight up boobs out scene, reminding me of what you said, the final scene They Live. We didn't have them in the whole movie. You got to throw them in there somewhere.
Flippy, do not watch Toxic Avenger. Don't watch it.
First of all, Flippy,
don't find it. Don't look at it because it's nothing
boobs.
but areolas.
A lot of boobs in that movie.
There's a lot of boobs. In
Was
it.
also an extra in The Negotiator.
Ooh.
Tommy is a youngster. 40 is the new 30, I guess we could say that. Arnold Knight's 43. Nate Dogg 37 in July. Gemini or Cancer?
I was gonna say beginning or the end.
I feel like Micaiah Brown's been 26 since we started this channel.
I don't care. Let him say what he wants.
Liger's 48. John Doe said old enough to not be the main character.
Valeniro says he feels like he's 80. His body, his mind feels 20.
They said millennials are 40-year-olds that look like 20-year-olds but feel like 80-year-olds.
Act like 2-year-olds.
Metal Elf's 42. Painted Pages is 45. Eric is 49. And 1 to 2 to 3 years, you'll be grandparents. Possible.
It's very possible.
Dudes age like wine. That's true. Phie always agrees with that.
I 100% agree with you.
I am a Jersey creep, and he's the big 5-0. Dirty Diggler is one of the oldest in the chat that looks to be one of the youngest. He probably looks younger than Tommy Keys.
Really? I don't know what he looks like. How do you know what he looks like?
I seen him.
You guys are messing up when you do these group chats in the Discord. None of you put your cameras on. Nobody can see each other.
We don't do a camera either.
Well, next time I'm doing it, it's cameras on.
Lee Marcel's a youngster. Fallen Hero, 15 minutes behind. Hit the like. All right.
Fallen Hero, your birthday's February 19th. You're on the cusp. You're Aquarius Pisces.
Chad says Phie doesn't look 40. I agree. We kind of watched it on the Monday stream on the replay just to see how the stream looked. I was like, Phie, man, Phie does not look 40 years old at all.
I feel like I do. When I look in the mirror and I can see like how my face has gotten older, I feel old.
Okay, Marco's 43. Oh, Flippy's in his Michael Jordan year.
Ooh, wait, Flippy, what is the date, like the day, not the month? I don't care about that, but what is the day of your birthday? Like what's your number?
Mike's
what's your
44.
number?
So Mike was born in 1980. Chad's 55 tomorrow. Dan, well, happy birthday. We're not going to see you tomorrow.
Mike's birthday just passed. That's right.
What up, Jag?
44.
Joe says, you have to rap this, Gem. Shake weights, eye of round steaks, veggie melody, and canned peas sound great. No sweets, no cakes, no frosting. Phie is my ginger. Call me Sam Rothstein, the Golden Jew. We used to fuck around with that when I was in the Too Hot Shit.
You are.
Because I had an alias, Mo Green. I think Mo Green... No, he's not the same person as Sam Rothstein, but Mo Green was a Jewish guy with the mob that helped build Las Vegas. Call me Mo Green. Yo, I had a lot of names. You know what's funny? What I was going to say is that with the Skrilla name, right? Like my friends from back home, they still call me that. Skrilla, Skrill Mills.
There's so many.
Millie, Squilly.
They call it. I can't. I don't even want to say them because you guys are going to all start saying them, and I can't. It's already bad enough that you're reciting lyrics that I hate.
I got to bring out the. I have the rhyme book right here. We can start reciting passages. Yo, it's funny.
You're a Capricorn, Flippy.
It's funny because we had this one song called Shut the Club Down, and Phie's mom always says that shit. Shut the club down.
Stop. She's going to start doing it again.
Yo, I had a crazy verse on Shut the Club Down. That was a good song, actually. It was kind of like Little John, I Don't Give a Fuck song. Z-Flex 1 does more fun stuff at 38 than ever. It's true. Arnold Knight hasn't shared this yet. It's 43. Going to be a grandpa in June. My 22-year-old daughter is having a girl. Congratulations. Damn.
Jeez.
We're going to be like that, too,
I feel like, you know, you have your kids and you're like, you will literally jump in front of a train, take a bullet, like do anything. If my kid had a kid, I don't even know how stupid I would be.
What did I say that was so crazy? Everyone's getting crazy.
Oh, what? I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, probably like the thing about Toxic Avenger.
I don't think so.
Maybe we were talking about Toxic Avenger.
I think maybe that I didn't see 7. It's a must watch. Painted Pages has 2 17-year-olds and an 8-year-old. The older 2 are almost ready to leave the nest. Don't get me wrong. I love my 8-year-old to death, but we're almost free.
Yeah, I got my tubes tied 2 years after we had our second one.
Right.
Because I had like this thing going on. I was like, I'm not having any more kids. And
Perry.
I wish I would have had him earlier. If I wouldn't have got my tubes tied though, babe, I think we would have had like 8 kids.
Yeah.
We would have had so many children.
Yeah. We stopped. 2 girls with a wife and a girl dog. I was done. Kevin Spacey is still a freak.
Nico goes, AKA Hummertron. Yes, that's what I needed.
We got to get a Transformers thumbnail going too.
I needed that. Jeez,
yeah, Eric, I saw people comment. They're like, about Kanye. They're like, so people don't take shit to the grave anymore these days, I guess.
I feel like I'm really like, just for his sake and his kid's sake and his ex-wife's sake, like I'm really hoping he's just being outrageous. And his cousin's like, that never happened.
Indoor Sugar's a youngster, 230. Pace 14 years in the military.
Right. 14 years at his job, maybe.
Buddha lovers. Meyer HQ in the house. Oh yeah, the swastika, the OG one, is an ancient symbol for peace. And Nazis hijacked it. Yeah.
It was a little bit perverted. It got perverted.
RPR dropped Doom Eternal after all the gymnastics. I was stuck at the bridge and just through later. And I even heard there's even more in 2's DLC. I don't remember. I remember the multiplayer being a bitch because it was like you had to have 3 people to play around. But I like Doom Eternal. I liked it. I got the platinum. Like it. Oblivion was dope, Nate Doc says. Oh, Bordeaux says the Buddhist one is clockwise, the Nazi one is counterclockwise. Oh, that's what it was. Come to Twin Cities Con in the fall. You can stay in Mock's yard. Crash in Mock's house. Oh, it's an Indian, not Native American symbol. Oh, okay.
Did. It did.
This was a Switch thing. Jersey guys, don't claim the new Toxic Avenger movie. Yeah, if it's not a Kaufman movie in Traumaville, they're releasing the Peter Dinklage one. That's crazy.
It's surprising, Flippy, that they didn't have an Oozinator in the Toxic Avenger.
Perry keeps putting money into Pokemon packs, but I just lose money. I'm doing something wrong. Yeah, but wages aren't keeping up with inflation. Games are the highest in history. It doesn't seem that way to me, though, man. It seems like they're very similar in price for how much everything. Like, what was milk in 1996 compared to now? And then do video games. The percentage-wise,
milk was like a nickel a gallon.
You know,
it's like
Frankfurter cost a nickel.
Dollars now.
John Doe said that was because of the carts, and also most people bought 3 games a generation. Chad Knudsen says he thinks the MCU made a mistake going with Secret Wars. The multiverse might be too complicated for film. Marvel should do the opposite and make standalone movies. Well, I kind of thought the Secret Wars was like, all right, multiverse is not working. People don't like it. And that's the storyline that destroys the multiverse and brings everything back to one.
Chad Knudsen goes, it's a counterclockwise swirl.
I just watched an episode the other day.
I had to read it a couple of times. I'm like, I know he's saying this from something. What is he saying this from?
He likes the knuckle.
Wow.
Just joking.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Loves the knuckle.
Alex, what's up? You like the storytime video yesterday?
Hold on. My brother says they should do a Warhammer 40K universe and move on from Marvel. I saw Warhammer. I saw a clip of it. It looks good.
Marvel had the license. They were doing comics a couple years ago. I don't know if they still have it or not.
Eric Thompson says, I remember when a dime bag cost a dime.
Yeah. John Doe says the price of games went down during the PS2 generation. That's crazy. Because when do you see prices go down? Is it because they went disc-based? Make the game free and charge for skins. Ain't nobody paying $80 a game. That's what Marvel Rivals did. Yeah, with DLC and microtransactions, every game is really like $1.20. Polylove says, nah, Gem, Nintendo is wild. Why would I want to pay more? Games are cheaper. Why wouldn't consumers not want to go? Why wouldn't consumers not want to go backwards? Why are games cheaper? I don't understand that. Rock and Roller bought the new Assassin's Creed last night. Will be gaming the rest of the week. And gaming boomed. Distribution costs for video games have been massively decreased because of digital downloads. Yeah, the Canadian funds are always higher. Even on the comic books, $1 for US, $1.50 for Canadian. And 50% more is a lot when it's a dollar item. What is that? 50% increase, I guess, right?
Right. Tommy Key says Warhammer always seems tempting to get into, but it's just another thing to drain the bank account. There are so many different little characters. You can make them like all different kinds of ways.
Part of the lore on the tabletop game is you got to like solder them together and paint them.
Well, some of them are. It's just the paint makes them look like they're metal. They're not really metal, but some are.
What up?
I like the little pewter ones though. My whole set would be all metal if I had the patience to paint like that.
I think I pay monthly for PlayStation Network. I think it's like $17 a month or something.
Indoor Sugar. Not everyone knows how computers work to jailbreak them. He says just jailbreak your old Switch and call it a day. We'll send it to you. You do it for us.
Nintendo Switch 2 selling games without the game on the cart and just the code that allows you to download it. That's kind of whack. Physical media, really, they're taking it away.
Mm-hmm. Everyone who was collecting DVDs that I made fun of all these years, I'm ruining the day.
Nobody made fun of you. Metal Elf worked all winter to earn $70 to buy X-Men on Sega Genesis. Games back then were held at a much higher quality. I don't know if I agree with this, bro, because I was in the Nintendo era. You know how many shitty ass NES games there were out there?
There were so many games.
There were literally games that you couldn't beat it because it was like some type of glitch. And
Lion King.
They would just release it.
What else was one you couldn't beat?
First of all, TMNT on NES. You can beat it. I never beat it. But he says games are now predatory monetization tools for income, which is my most popular games are like Fortnite, League of Legends. Yeah, but I think a lot of the people get into those games. A lot of people play for free, I'm sure. But yeah, then people will end up buying stuff.
Alex says Nintendo is for party gaming, not like actual gaming.
Right. That's what I saw somebody I watched say. It's a family console.
Is that what we're gonna do at GemCon? I want to see. I want to watch you guys play Smash Bros.
Yeah, I don't want to play Mario Party though. I'm down for Mario Kart, Smash Bros. Fighting games. Alex says he thinks GTA 6 is ultimately going to be worth it with the long ass wait, and it's in Florida. Shout out Deerfield Beach.
Yo, I can't wait to watch you play this one. I want to see how accurate the map is.
Right.
I doubt it's accurate. Like I'm gonna drive by my house. Accurate. It's not happening.
Joey Cecil's got the original SNES Street Fighter 2 box from 1992 with the $84.99 price tag. And Street Fighter 2, how many versions of the same game did they release? Street Fighter 2 The World Warrior, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Super Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I feel like there was another one.
Mock says you don't want to see me on Smash Bros. Please.
No, you guys might get me in Smash Bros. I only really know how to play with Mario, and he's not the best character. People go in there with, what is it? Captain, whatever his face is.
Captain Blaster.
Link. Yeah. Falcon Punch or whatever.
Ooh, I almost unscrewed
Falcon.
This.
What does he say?
Fallen Hero, you can't know his default character, so you can just start practicing against him.
For what? For a fighting game?
For a fighting game.
No, when it comes to fighting games, I'm hitting random select on y'all. I ain't even worried about it.
Oh my God. RPR is predicting that GTA 6 is going to sell 100 million its first week. 100 million copies. Yeah, that's going to be crazy.
Oh, is that the map for GTA 6?
Alex.
The map is crazy. It's going to reinvent the industry.
Because my phone is not updated, whatever you sent me, I can't really actually view, but I can see that it's Florida. I wonder if they're going to include the keys. Did they include the keys? Because I see it in the map.
Oh, I don't know. Charlie, I don't think I would go for any Rockstar game platinums. They're just so much of a grind. And then I hate multiplayer trophies and shit.
Cecilia says all Smash Bros. Characters are unlocked on GemCon GameCube.
Nice.
Damn.
I just need Mario. That's all I need. Fred is from North Carolina. I never heard he was from Florida either. Platty on GTA 5 is tough.
It's pretty close to Florida.
You said Fortune instead of Fortnite? Fred Durst used to hang out at a bar called the Ritz on Jack's Beach. He's small? Is that what you're saying? He's a pocket human?
Oh, yeah. Fred Durst is not a tall guy, I don't think. He was crowd surfing on a piece of plywood at Woodstock, so I would assume he's not that heavy. Hold on.
So Devastator saying that folks need to understand today's consumers have less buying power with wages not keeping up with inflation. Games are historically the most expensive today compared to the 90s. We should watch the movie called Cube and Hypercube. Triangle's just okay. Nico said he watched it last year. It was solid. Have not watched Sinners yet. Olu, what up? Thanks for coming by. I heard it was good, though.
I heard people were going to go see it during the day because it's so scary.
Jeez Louise.
I want to see it.
And has Ryan Coogler made a scary movie before? I know he did Creed and Black Panther. He did. Oh, did he do Requiem for a Dream as well? Is that where that is coming to mind? Apparently it's sad. RPR says Triangle is okay. Requiem hits hard. I
want to watch Triangle. It looks like it's got a cool little hook in it. Twist or whatever.
But I kind of already answered this. But as far as in today's, none of them are really into comics or definitely not into statues or comics. I think, I think they watched all the superhero movies and stuff, but not really into it. Bro, Phie dropped that lore video. Let this Phie go off for an hour.
I can't. I can't.
Just watch the episode of Seinfeld where everything was in reverse. I actually didn't like that one. That was the wedding in India episode, right?
Oh, yeah. I forgot that. I was like trying to remember what episode.
The Metal Viking says, if you can only keep one comic book for the rest of your life and never be able to read any others, what would you choose? Just one single issue? I don't know. That's tough, man. That's tough. Probably some Spider-Man joint that I used to like back in the day. Maybe like Amazing Spider-Man 375. That's one that comes to mind. RPR is playing a dozen games at the moment. The movie games he's playing, RoboCop Rogue City. I started that. Terminator Resistance and Mad Max. Is the Avatar game any good? Not Phie. You should ask if Flippy has played it. Coconator dropping a 10 spot. GTA won't drive by my house accurate, but even in the old Vice City game, you could tell apart the regions. You could tell what's West Palm, Miami, the Keys, and Glaze. Yeah, like South Beach and all that. I remember, I think they had the Scarface Mansion was like in South Beach area. You had the Lambos parked out front.
Are they going to have Mar-a-Lago?
They might.
Oh, man. I can't wait. This one I'm pretty excited for.
Bordeaux says Ex Machina is dope. Requiem for a Dream is one of the saddest movies. I felt the mom in the film. Maury must be overseas. Hitting
I think it's
mom.
Mo Year 6.
Mo Year 6, yeah.
How do we say your name?
They made a second Winnie the Pooh horror movie based on Piglet. Yeah, they're talking about Rachel Zegler. Her personality ruins it. She's pretty, and then she opens her mouth. Requiem for a Dream, Train Spotting, and Clockwork Orange leaves you with the same sick feeling in your stomach at the end. Damn. All right, hold on.
Slapstick horror. That's what the movie was we were watching yesterday.
Yeah, grind. That's what we're talking about right here. DZ in the house. Splatter horror. I don't know what we're gonna do Friday for what movie we're gonna do for the movie club. If we're gonna stick in the 90s or go back to the 80s.
I think we're gonna go back to the 80s.
Justin Treadaway.
I want to watch The Fly.
I feel like after watching Toxic Avenger, or at least the first half of it, we could do The Fly.
So, do you remember that Brightburn movie that was like?
Yes.
Alex wants more of those movies. That's what I want too.
People like that.
Give us no tights, no spandex. Just give me someone who realizes they have superpowers, because they're not gonna go make a suit. They're just gonna start exerting those forces. What was the movie with Will Smith and Charlize Theron?
Oh yeah, Hancock.
That's the one, Hancock.
Nah, Joe, I caught the Sam Rothstein. I got Sam from Casino.
Curmudgeon was fast with that one. Yes, Hancock.
He just beat us both in the staring contest. Came out May 2022. So that was right before the end of that school year. Yeah. Yeah. Mekhi Brown's parents saw a movie on their first date too. They saw Nightmare Before Christmas.
That's sweet.
Reanimator is great. No, I don't know if I hit geeking out in the movie. I don't know if I geeked out. I know I liked it. Phie was into it. Phie was just happy to be there. Fallen Heroes 37. Yeah, they had the World Trade at the end. Yeah, I remember the ending with the American flag and everything. Put me on a funeral pyre. I just always think about that Venom mini series when I hear that.
D. Marcel says, keep Will Smith's name out your fucking mouth.
Hancock was a great movie. I really liked that movie.
It was a good one.
First Spider-Man movie came out a day before D. Marcel's birthday. You know, Jurassic Park came out on my birthday.
Oh my God. You're as old as we've been together.
Yeah. He's
you
23.
Were born of our love.
oh, his second birthday. Yeah, damn. He was 2.
So he was born in 01.
And we were like 16, 17.
Or 2000. Yeah, people born in 2000, they have it so easy. They always know how old they are.
In May of 2022, I had to be, 17? And then June, I turned 18.
Say that again?
Because I was born in 84. So
right.
in 2002, when we saw the movie, I was 17 and I turned 18 in June of that year.
17-year-old boy.
17 in a madman's dream.
Just a boy.
Eric says his mom was an extra in Bloodsport, little Jean-Claude.
Ooh. Oh, my brother's saying I don't have to acknowledge every text message he sends me. He just wants to participate.
But just have him do it in the chat. Your mom does the same shit.
I know. It's okay.
Yeah, this is the thing about ghosts, RPR. If it was true, there'd be a lot of freaking ghosts. But unless the ghosts are only the souls the spirits that can't move on because of some traumatic experience, right? Isn't that the lore?
I'm like Ron Burgundy. I'm gonna read whatever the teleprompter tells me.
Yeah, my body feels like I'm 80, but my mind feels like I'm 20. Exactly. Natural Born Killers isn't that good, and Quentin Tarantino hates it, and it was his script.
Damn. MJ, like the Grinch with Jim Carrey or the Grinch from Dr. Seuss?
Oh, good point. Class of Nukem High, maybe it was released in 86, but they probably filmed it the year prior or maybe even 2 years before.
Oh, could you imagine editing a movie without computers?
Well, how did they know? They must have had some type of computers had in, right? They were splicing the reels together.
Oh, he can't because he's watching on his TV.
Oh,
so
yeah.
You got to
do what we do. You pull up YouTube on the phone and on the TV.
You got a pretty good excuse. The numbers. Yeah, inflate the numbers. And texting is my fast pass. Right, Nate Dogg. I think it was probably a guillotine type. Was it guillotine type cutter? Yeah, I have one. I use it for packing boxes. I have to cut up.
Craig Chaos is 42. Smokey's 52. Real James Willie is 46 or will be 46 in June. Another Gemini.
MJ. It's one of our favorite Christmas movies. The Grinch with Jim Carrey is iconic. It's so good.
Mike Cecilia says Class of Nukem High will be on Plex shortly. Nate Dogg has his pick on Discord. I've probably seen it. Morning. MJ's 37.
But Cecilia, maybe it was just the same day. Maybe it was the same day, different year. Maybe I was hoping.
Metal Viking says 27, feeling like 80 with 3 kids. Yeah, man. I remember being in my 20s with 2 kids.
Metal Viking. Like right now, I think about people who are like, "Oh, I had my first kid when I was 35." I'm like, if I had a 5-year-old right now,
that might be tough now, right?
My knees would be like,
not running around like that.
My lower back would have been like, "Bitch, you're tripping."
Metal Viking says December.
Eric Thompson says Phie's brother's got the multi-pass. He does.
The Discord name, I think it's just GemMint Collectibles.
Peter Powers is 46.
Okay. Botox is for 60 and 50-year-old women. A 60-year-old can look 50. Now, I think anytime you do something,
you get Botox face.
I think, I don't think it makes you look younger.
You all look the same.
Oh, Mike is 81. Gempa and FEMA, not to be confused with FEMA. I say that every time we talk about our age. I'll update you when I'm 30. Okay. Flippy was born December 27, 2001. Damn.
Oh, Mock says that The Grinch is the only Jim Carrey movie that Leash likes. And then Leash comes in and says, and Earth Girls Are Easy. We got an in.
You guys ended up watching that?
We got an in.
I can't believe, but Cable Guy is good, man. Cable Guy, Liar. Did you see Liar yet? This might be too sappy.
Listen, Liar's good.
88 in the house. Yes,
she's
sir.
like, I don't remember what she says. She's like, I weigh 115. And he's like, yeah, in your bra.
Why that line always stuck with you, right?
It's too good. It's too good.
Watermelon feet keeps you looking young. Why didn't you get the watermelon the other half?
Listen,
today?
I ate way too late last night. I'm trying to just give myself a little bit of distance between the last time I stuffed my food hole.
We have not seen Gladiator 2.
Cable Guy sucks. I saw that at the thrift store the other day, but the disc was scratched up, so I did skip it. But
Gem, aka Skrilla, aka Mo Green.
wait, did
Mike
Nate Dogg die
Skrilla.
recently?
Yeah, he passed away. I think it's been a few years now.
D. Marcel says, R.I.P. Nate Dogg for real. The king of choruses and hooks for real.
Oh, yeah, for real.
Damn.
I got hoes.
Happy Sanjo.
Oh, snap. Look
hello.
Guess who's Bazak? Happy Sanjo, member for 6 months, and you gotta really know. Hold on, I was going to read this one. Joey C says his old neighbor Eric knows Katy Perry personally, and when he asked her if she really went to space, she replied, just the tip. And that's all she said.
What?
General Skrill's cereal was always my favorite brand. General Mills.
Mm-hmm.
My cousin's kid last year, they thought I was in my 20s. I guess that's a compliment. I'm an 80s kid. Yep. His face lit up when he said the golden Jew. I know, because I remembered.
I want to go back to that previous comment about 20-year-olds, because they say like the millennial generation kind of like our parents were real big smokers. Like I feel like all of our parents were like, doctors were like, smoking's healthy for you. Like that was that whole generation.
They had more testosterone. Men had more testosterone.
And then our generation happened, right? And now the current young generation is doing all the vaping, and that's aging them more because they're getting all the like, they're getting like chemical air. And I think that's why millennials look the way they do, is because we got two smoking generations bordering us. I don't know.
Euler says he suddenly feels like an expert on rap history because of my personal lore drop. I'm just letting you into my world a little bit. Tear the club up. Not as good as shut the club down.
You are getting the lyrics to his song perfect, because these are all of the lyrics.
I think that's what we say in the song. We tear the club.
We came to tear the club up.
We came to
shut this bitch down. The whole tear the club up is in your song.
We tear the club up. No, we shut this bitch down. Some shit like that.
Yeah,
it was a good one.
Where's Rush? Drop the lyrics, buddy.
He was never an early bird.
It's not early. It's 11:30.
Nickname D. It was a de-evolution is wild. My friends used to call me Buddy, but now it's Shithead. What about how we called Derek Sleazeball?
Yeah, that was crazy.
That came from D.
First of all, one day we'll get into nicknames, but not today. Well, just that one.
We called him Deke because he was like a habitual liar. He would just lie about anything. He would be like, "Yeah, I wore a red shirt yesterday." It's like, motherfucker, you definitely were wearing a blue shirt. Like he would just lie just to lie.
He's like, no, it looked like that.
His mom would call him Deke. Then we called him Deke. Then
I don't know what's Deke. What's Deke?
I think Deke is like a slang term for a liar.
Oh, whoa.
He was good. He had a good heart though. What is this? Many gear. You got to counter all the estrogen. How so?
I think it's maniac gear.
Maniac gear is what it is. Chad says his 84-year-old mom, Big Sandy, is thirsty for The Rock. She says she wouldn't mind seeing his body at WrestleMania. That's not right.
Well, put on some old shows for her, because I'm pretty sure The Rock is in just underwear from a lot of the time.
Comic fan again. Yeah, we're still selling the house. We actually are under contract. We have a buyer, but it's just contingent on their house selling. So now we're waiting on that. But yeah, man, we got an offer, full asking price. Just waiting on that. That's why we.
Mr. Farts.
Mr. Farts is back.
Mr. Farts is back.
Kanye said he gave his younger cousin fellatio until he was 14 years old.
And he had to play the recorder at school. So it was like two things. Loves doing. Then he's like, that's how he knew he liked to do music.
It's whip the oozinator out. It's a counterclockwise swirl is a good one.
That was crazy.
What do you say? Speaking of having many kids, was it Mexico or the U.S. couple in their 40s or 50s won the lottery and then got over 22 kids?
Surrogacy?
What does that mean? That they started having kids for others or buying kids? They bought this baby cash?
They were like, yo, I paid this thing cash out the door. Yeah, your name's always going to be Indoor Sugar forever.
Not if you know him personally. You find out his real name and he started making deviations off of that. You know, that's how it goes. Nate Dogg says Doomsday and Secret War is going to set it all right, hopefully.
Smug Swagger. He's like, I'm so good at this. I think I could actually make money making music.
Who said that?
Mock goes, I could make money playing the actual flute.
Yo, shout out to Eddyville, man. My boy from Miami. I don't know if he moved from Miami, but man, I'm pretty sure I know Eddyville before I even started the channel, just from IG. I met him up in person and bought some books from him before, maybe a couple times. Shout out Eddyville. They are working on a Warhammer universe. People love Warhammer, man. Milk was $2.62 in 1996. I feel like it's not that much more right now, right? That's a gallon of milk.
Mock Swagger, this is a great question. I was at Walmart with Meg yesterday because she's like hunting for these toys. So I take her. I don't normally go there, but we went to Walmart and I forgot what I was gonna say.
Milk is $2.82 right now, so it's the same.
Oh, I was looking for "Hello, my name is" tags.
Hello, my. Oh yeah, for junk.
So,
we probably order a whole stack.
I was gonna like pre-write on them like your real name and then like your online handle.
Is this true? I think I heard this before that Henry Cavill. He is the producer and will star in the Warhammer 40K for Amazon. Maniac Gear said he's not going above 60 for the game prices.
Yeah. Fallen Hero says he had 8 years left on his kid's lease and then he went and re-upped like a dumbass. Now he's got another 15 years left.
Jeez, yeah, that's like us having a kid now. People do that. Wild.
I think about that from time to time. Like, yo, if I were to like accidentally get pregnant right now,
it'd be wild and crazy.
Start over.
It'd probably be easy, but it would be
Listen, weird. I'd be like, anyone want to adopt a kid?
Yeah, right.
I would tell my oldest to be like, hey, congratulations, you're a mom.
Yeah, this is true about Secret Wars and Endgame. They're almost rushing these established universes, right? Because are we going to give a shit about any of these universes that die via incursions? I think the only problem is like if it's based on the story, Avengers from those worlds start preemptively destroying other Earths so that their Earth doesn't die. So that's probably going to be the evil Avengers they have to fight, which is going to be probably Tom Cruise, Iron Man, and who the hell is going to play Thor? Dolph Lundgren? Probably not him. He's too old.
Lundgren. Oh, hold on. I didn't realize. My mom also texted me.
7 years old.
Good morning, Mom. Hey, Tim. How's it going? You better be feeding those squirrels.
Very few models are metal anymore. There's no is it soldering?
Yes.
Is that how you say that?
I found a soldering system at the thrift store and I got rid of it and I regret it every day. I don't know how to solder, but I had the whole thing.
So this is another game I was supposed to go back and platinum Ragnarok. I haven't platinumed that one, and I haven't platinumed the God of War. I forget what it's called, man. It was like after God of War 3, but before the reboot, where he was maybe he was mortal again. AK in the place to be. We've been doing good. Yeah, I've seen other people call Skrilla. So there's a rapper named Skrilla.
Really?
And it said he was born in
there.
1999. I was like, motherfucker, I had this when you were 2 years old, talking about Skrilla. But I didn't really use it.
It wasn't 2.
He was 1999. I probably got this tattoo in, no, you're right. I got it in like 2008 probably. But still, he was 9 years old.
It was before 2000. It was probably like 2006 because you had tattoos before Megan was born.
Oh no, I was thinking about the year. Okay, so yeah, Jay was born in 2004. So I probably got it in like 2005 or 6. Yeah, you're right. Because it was like it was my first tattoo. It was my first tattoo. Yeah, so it was like 2005 or 6. So bro was young as hell.
Later, Joe. See you on the next one.
It's more expensive for the disc version of the PS5. The market was oversaturated at the time when they had those. What do you mean? ET was so good. Is this Perry low-key? What do you mean?
It seems like
you could 3D print at home your own statue. Just give it 5 years, and the statue collecting market is over. People do it now. There's a big community. I'm not part of it, but a big 3D printing.
I mean, doing 3D prints isn't technically like much easier. Sanding them and doing all that rigmarole.
Eric Thompson says he cut his grandparents' grass for like 4 weeks, and granddad took me to Toys R Us and let me get an NES game. I chose Castlevania and loved it. Yo, I remember you would go to Toys R Us and they only had the wall of like the picture of the game, and you had to grab the ticket, pay for the ticket at the cashier, and then they had like a pawn shop kind of area with a guy in a locked door and like a glass window.
They're like, you want one new, and
they
you want a pre-owned.
We would give them the ticket, and then they would give you the game.
Like, is there like a major price difference in the two? No, it's like $5.
Yeah, the old games might have been asked, but games released unfinished now, and then they charge you for the finished version in the guise of DLC. Yeah, Mortal Kombat be on that shit. Smash Bros. What about Smash Cousins, the Kanye edition? Jeez Louise.
Crazy. I mean, how many years are you going to, like, it definitely progressed to other stuff because you're not just going to suck his dick for years. Like, he's going to be like, yeah, you know, we've done this horse and pony show a few times. How about something else?
Flippy said, I'll be honest, I had no idea you actually rapped and was featured on all these songs. First of all, you know, I was thinking about it earlier. Bro, I must have been on like 100 or more songs. There's so many songs that aren't online that we had, or shit that was online that got taken down over the years. But yeah, man, I was on a lot of songs.
Polylopes, what's up? I like when they do the recycled 3D printing filament where they rip up the bottles and then melt it into a cord and then wrap it themselves. I like that. I think that's smart.
What is that again?
The 3D printing where they tear up the water, the just like soda bottles and stuff.
Arnold Knight says, Google says PlayStation games were $60 and Nintendo 64 games were $80 in 1996.
How much were Atari games? And Atari, the one with the square controller with the handle that came out with the one red controller in the corner. Like, I have vivid memories as a child. Alex, Pitfall, Q*bert. Like, those are the only two games I can like readily remember. But we used to play Atari. And like, how much were those games?
I don't think my parents never had Atari. I had NES. With Mario/Duck Hunt. Real James Willie was, I wish he was going to Gen Con. Street Fighter 2 would have been fun. I used to win Street Fighter 2 competitions.
Yeah,
damn.
Well, get ready to lose one when you come to Gen Con because you're not winning.
I don't know about Street Fighter. I'll hold it. I can hold my own, but Mortal Kombat was really my game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I used to watch my dad and my brothers sit and play video games 4 hours.
Yeah.
Hours. I'm pretty sure the game was called like Gauntlet or something. You were watching down from the top, and it was like you were watching this character go through the maze and like beat ghosts and goblins and collect the key to get through the door to go to this.
Makai Brown was prepping his reptile skills on the Mortal Kombat Arcade 1-Up lady, getting ready to whoop y'all at Gen Con.
Yes. Practice now.
And only if you're talking about Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, because Reptile and MK2 is trash. He's like one of the worst characters. GemCon should be just dance. Is it Dance Revolution? AK, appreciate it. Likewise. He was crowd surfing on a chopstick, Fred Durst.
Yo, it was $199 when it was released in 1977, the Atari.
Damn. Yeah, I remember. I think the NES was $100. Super Nintendo was $200. I feel like the Sega Genesis was like $150. Painted Pages. Yeah, I think I would think the only games we would play. No one's playing those single player games at Gen Con. Hell no. Mox says Sinners was amazing.
I don't think I've even heard of these two systems. Pate says, I'm pretty sure I was the only kid on the planet. I'm pretty sure you were. He says the Calico Vision, which first of all, Calicos. And then Sega Master System after that.
That came out before the Sega Genesis. I remember seeing when I went up to Indiana and I was in my aunt and uncle's house, he had the Master System. I played Double Dragon. And I remember being like, whoa, this is crazy. And then the Sega Genesis came out later. And then I got that with Sonic 1.
My favorite handheld system was the Sega, what's it called?
Game Gear.
Yeah,
because it was good because it was color. It was a bright screen. It wasn't like Game Boy.
My cousin had the Game Gear and the batteries were missing on the back. And I used to just, the battery case, the battery like door. And I used to just spin the batteries while I would play it. Sonic, you just jump and press right. Loved it.
Jay Gleason says that time I was a rapper was Mint. As a South Floridian myself, thanks for representing. I forgot to mention Coral Springs when I was talking about the cities in Broward County.
How could you forget Coral Springs?
I forgot it. That's where we lived in Coral Springs for a little while. I lived in there for a couple of years actually.
You went to school in Coral Springs?
I went to Coral Springs for middle school and then Deerfield for high school.
What's up, Josh Perry? Welcome in.
I've never done this. Freeze the game with Guile in Street Fighter. Never done. I've seen it on video.
Is that how we say it? Calico?
ColecoVision. Yeah.
Calico. Oh, it's not Calico. Calico.
Beth wants to play Avatar, but he hasn't bought it for her yet. Well, what are we doing, Mike?
He wanted to make sure that we got Silent Hill. All right. We got to play Silent Hill this coming weekend.
If I could only keep one omnibus on the desert island, it would probably be the Spider-Man vs. Venom omnibus. That's my favorite stuff.
Whichever one's the thickest.
Get them shake weights going. I don't use shake weights, guys.
That's Kanye's preferred method of working out.
MJ's digging playing RoboCop. I loved Vice City. And then I loved San Andreas even more. But I was big on Vice City.
Oh,
the thing about Grand Theft Auto games, and I don't know, that's why I don't think it would be fun to watch me play, because a lot of it is just zoning out and just experiencing the world and not necessarily playing the campaign or doing this or that. It's just kind of like driving around, getting into shit, stealing cars, hooking them up.
I don't really play video games. I did, though, at a time. I like to play the DS, and I did at a time like to play Final Fantasy Tactics.
Are we all going to be mobbing on the streets of GTA 6 when it comes out?
We're going to be mobbing on the streets of St. Joseph, Michigan.
Look, Mike needs to take a page out of Fallen Heroes book. He bought Avatar for the wife on PS4.
I keep falling. I keep falling. That's all I hear whenever you say Fallen Hero.
Falling down. That's a Bone song.
Yeah.
That's a Flesh and Bone song.
I never played Virtual Boy. Never played it.
I played it when they had it in the store as like a test thing.
When they had all the Game Boy attachments, like the printer, the camera thing, like I wanted
the
all
magnifying
of those
glass,
things. The light arm, like I wanted all of those things.
I always wanted the Power Glove. Never had it. Always wanted the Power Glove. Flippy says Avatar game is fantastic, but he's got a strong bias.
I don't play video games. I'm not. I tried to play It Takes Two with Gem, and it was just too much. I don't have a hand-eye coordination.
Joe Caballero says he interviewed Sir Mix-a-Lot, and he said, now I'm just Sir Shits-a-Lot. Damn.
I guarantee you it's what you're eating. You're eating a lot of inflammatory foods that are making your intestines inflamed.
It's funny.
That's why you're shitting all the time.
His whole claim to fame was the song about big butts, and now he's got shitting problems. Quest for Fire. Is this a movie?
It's a movie. Yeah, it's on the list. It's on the list. What's it about? Is it about cavemen?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just made that up.
The Fly is way easier than the Toxic Avengers.
Ooh, Leash. She goes, I miss playing True Crime, just arresting everyone.
Well, True Crime was the bootleg GTA, but it had Bone Thugs and Harmony on the soundtrack there. It had Thuggish Ruggish Bone and I think For the Love of Money.
Oh, Thuggish.
True Crime of New York, True Crime of LA.
Those girls are just trying to make a living, Leash.
I did like the Chronicle film too. That was like a realistic superpower
Painted
movie.
Pages had the Power Glove, and he said it worked like shit.
No, I heard it was terrible.
It didn't help him make anything better.
And I always wanted the Nintendo like floor pad that you could kind of walk instead of use a controller.
Where's
there's
KFB?
There's no way that works. He's in the virtual reality world probably.
He's in virtual reality.
X-Men 1 brought me back in the 90s. Jim Lee changed everything. So that would be the one comic you would keep with you. That's a good one. Have I ever had an omnibus that the art turned me off and stopped me for finishing or liking it? Not that I could. There's not one that I could think of. There's omnis that I started and I haven't stopped, but never because the art was so bad. Mostly the biggest thing that makes me stop reading them is when it's too wordy and boring. And it's like, come on already, man. It's taking an hour on each page.
Good art could keep me in the book, though. But
Yeah.
I just want to see the next page of art and then just sort of have to muscle through all the bad words.
Just watched The King of Queens where Carrie bans Doug from wearing new cologne. That sounds kind of familiar. Heroes series. We liked Heroes. I remember we watched it when it first came out.
Oh no, fallen hero. He said he just got off a call with his wife, so he's now 46 minutes behind.
Grinch came out on MJ's birthday. Flippy's brother was born in June. I didn't even know Flippy had a brother. Older or younger? Yeah, we saw Chronicle.
Wait, Flippy, what birth order are you? You're not the oldest?
And then they took the Chronicle director and he made Fan 4 Stick and it sucked.
Nate Dogg, Little Bird, Image. I would easy right off the top. I would. It can all be contained like in like this much. I love it.
Should we do a theme for movie club, like genre theme?
Right now we're just doing decades.
Yeah, and we're really just trying to. I'm really just trying to catch up on all these movies I haven't seen before.
Yeah, we haven't ever seen
It's like superhero movies. There's only a handful of them I haven't seen.
Oh, he is the oldest. He has a younger brother. Okay. I read The Boys. I've been watching The Boys. I'm not caught up on the show.
No, we didn't watch the last season. Comic Collection Agency picked up The Predator vs. Spider-Man. Best single comic I read since I can remember, and you could hold me to it. Wow. Okay. Wow. People were talking about it on Monday.
I think we're gonna do 80s movies again this week. We have the biggest list of 80s
That's
movies.
what I'm saying.
I don't have it with me, but we have an 80s list.
This is how they were editing back in the day. They were splicing it.
When we get bored, we go to the list now and we just pull a movie. That's how we watched Toxic Avenger last night. I was trying to get Short Circuit on, but
or we've been watching movies that like we've talked about, but they weren't in the brackets anymore.
I forgot Candy. Friday we'll do Candy.
Fun Dip.
I have Candy. I do have Fun Dip.
If you're the type of people that like to watch people pop pimples, you'll love The Fly.
I don't like that. I always tell Instagram, I'm not interested. They're like, but you're a girl. And I'm like, yeah, I don't like watching other people do it. It's disgusting.
The Grinch and Nightmare Before Christmas were both movies I had to watch secretly. Why is that? The Grinch.
Tell us why.
I never really got into The Grinch with Jim Carrey. Our kids loved it. I don't know if I ever really sat down and watched the whole thing. I loved the original cartoon, man. I would always watch it during Christmas time.
He always wanted a roast beast.
Yeah, but it's only like a 20-minute long.
Yeah, it's
movie.
short.
Yeah,
it's short. It's just quick.
Earth Girls Are Easy. I used to watch back in the day. It would come on Comedy Central.
I've never seen that.
Zac Efron done Botox himself. Jeez.
He did. He did like the same thing that Lil Wayne did, though. For a period of time, Zac Efron was swollen. Like his whole face and body. Remember when Lil Wayne was swollen?
That was only for a short amount of time. I think he had his molars removed or something happened. His face was all fat for like one thing.
RPR, my name is Stephanie. So you can see why I might like Short Circuit.
G. Moya says, I think the worst thing about having kids is having kids overseas that you don't see. Why are you having kids overseas?
What?
Cable guy sucks.
I know, Lee.
Bro.
I know.
That's crazy. Oh, as soon as you heard the lisp, she was done. But she did watch the entire movie. The lisp was funny.
He fakes it.
What's the matter, Steven?
What's the matter?
I bought this time, you buy next.
Oh my God.
Cable guy is awesome.
Leash says we're fighting. So as soon as me and Chad Knutson are done fighting, you can fight Gem. He has to be in a hole with one hand tied behind his back, though.
Happy Sanjo in the house. Just a tip at Katy Perry. Phie, when you're thrifting, do you look for comics as well for Gem? Just buy all the books that have the original price lower than $1. Those are the valuable ones.
I do, but I don't get into it because Gem's like he's like got to come and see them. So it's like I always want to, but then I'm like I don't.
So
care.
Our daughter works at a thrift store and she prices stuff. And she hit me up one time. She's like, I got a stack of comics. Are they worth anything? She
used to do that, but now she works for the part of Goodwill where they put stuff on the internet on their website because it's like really good.
Yeah. So she was like, I was like, well, FaceTime me. And it had like Uncanny X-Men 266. It had New Mutants 87 first print. It had a bunch of that era. I think those were the two big keys. It had some other minor keys. It had the Spider-Man versus Wolverine. I always liked that one where they're fighting at the cemetery on the cover. Nate Dogg did a whole album at Disney. That shit must have been expensive as hell to use that facility, right?
Super Miguel says, Phie, it's time for Gem to grow his hair season.
Yeah, I'm growing it out. Look how messy it is because I slept on like this. It's flat on top.
It's going to go through a really weird... It's going to be at a weird stage at GemCon.
Probably.
It'll be at we call it the ugly stage.
That's what you call it.
Call it what you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it.
Are we going by online names or government names at GemCon?
I told you I'm going to write on each name tag, what's your, maybe I'll just have, what do you want you to call? What do you want us to call you? And then what is your online handle? Like, how will we know you online?
I don't know how I feel about this. Thunderbolts has gotten favorable reviews. I don't really see how. I mean, you got this like ragtag group of like C-listers from the other movies. I mean, Winter Soldier is probably the most famous one, but you got Red Guardian, the new Black Widow, the Taskmaster that nobody liked. I don't know. I can't see how it would be good. I mean, shit, maybe.
Curmudgeons, he says he goes to the thrift store. He's like, look, these comic books, they're not worth anything. Let me take them off your hand for $1.
So they what did he say? They won the lottery and then they paid 22 women to carry their kids artificial insemination style. Why the hell would they do that? Why would you get a whole bunch of money and then immediately create a bunch of dependents? Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Would you buy? Would I buy a James Sunderland statue? No.
I watched a documentary one time about this guy who was going around to all of the sperm banks and like excessively giving. He's got the most kids like in the world. He's got like over 500 children. Like,
oh yeah, you
like he's in trouble with the sperm banks because they're like, this is a whole generation of children that there's going to be a lot of unintentional incest. Like it's going to be a lot of inbreeding, not on purpose.
Painted Pages said, "Oh, go ahead."
And the weird part is, for whatever reason, kids that are related but were not raised together and don't know they're related, for whatever reason, they've got this weird attraction to each other.
Like Hancock.
They get attracted to each other and they want to reproduce with each other for some reason.
Painted Pages said, "What if Kanye is just saying this so that he got Melissa as a kid, so when all the Diddy indictments start happening, he can win over the jury a little bit."
Ooh.
He's gonna have trouble winning over anybody with all the crazy shit he's been saying.
He is absolutely in the deep end right now.
This gallon of milk costs, I don't know. This is what came up on Google. It is the Great Value brand.
Right now, milk is $2 something.
But it looks like maybe in our state, Indiana. Peter says, done with kids. One's in college, the other's in high school. Life's getting easier and fun again.
I don't know about fun. You must have boys.
Expecting bad weather in CO today. Hope everybody hunkers down.
Oh, is there supposed to be bad weather for us today too? It's like, for whatever reason, where we are, it's like weather keeps getting shot out of Texas in like a line of bad weather, and the way that it's moving, it hits us with all of it.
But
it keeps happening.
That is the game, Mike. God of War Ascension. It was free on PlayStation Plus as well. I was gonna play it, but
we got sunny and cloudy all day. You know what? Let's go get the gym out of the way. I'm ready to go do that and start other stuff.
Yeah, that's what
I need to get towards eating soon.
I gotta do legs today.
It's 69 outside.
Makai said he had no idea about my music history. You connected a few dots when you dropped that video. Your tattoos being one of them. You had a very similar story to my dad. My dad is a true lost talent. Yeah, a lot of the tattoos had to do with that. That's like the era when I was getting them all, and I was getting them for free. So I would be like, "Yo, do this, slap that on me,
Silly.
Do that."
It feels like it.
Polylove's thought about getting into 3D printing, but you have to either buy the files or have someone make them for you. So there's a whole community for that, and they do sell files and all that shit.
Flippy. What do your parents think about that? Are they like mad about it? Is it a bad thing in their eyes?
He says, "LOL, I have tattoos that are 20 years old. My nicest one was done 3 years ago." Yeah, my first one had to be 20 years old now. 2005, I would think, around that time.
Eric, you're
bad. Never met Tech 9. Nope. But you know who we met? That was pretty dope. Twisted Insane. We met Twisted Insane. He's a crazy fast rapper. He had a crazy show too. We had it where the DB family opened up for him. We were in Nashville in 2014. Me and Rush and Taz flew up to Nashville where Smoke was, and they did a little show there. We met the guy Twisted Insane. There was something else that happened there too, man. I can't really remember.
Wow.
What?
Wow. It's just the comments right now. I can't even read them. You guys are wild.
What happened?
No, it's just crazy. I'll tell you, if you want to pray, I don't want to say it out loud. It's too much.
All right, we'll get to it.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Oh, this is the ColecoVision. I never had that. We had a friend in our neighborhood. There was a girl in the neighborhood. And she had some kind of like educational video game system. We were like, what the hell is this crap?
You're like, this is boring.
Yeah, definitely not MK2 on that reptile.
It's like, why am I learning all the capitals of each state?
Yeah.
This isn't fun.
Why am I being tested on what I just learned?
Math questions?
Yeah, NES was my first as well. What up, Josh Perry?
Lee, she goes cream pies. That's what they're talking about, babe.
Okay.
That's what they're talking about.
I don't think I really want to play Oblivion Remastered, to be honest.
Mock said, you're grounded, Leash. You are grounded.
Peter Power says, I was at the perfect age in my 20s, had my own apartment in the early 2000s, PS2, Nintendo 64, a hacked Dreamcast, and my friends were at my place playing every night. Damn.
It's just, honestly, I don't know what we mean when we say we've hacked a phone or an appliance. Like, I don't get it. Hacked it? Like, that's the purpose.
I guess he probably had all the games on it or some shit.
It's doing its purpose. I don't know how it's hacked.
Yeah, Fallen Hero, one of my friends in elementary school, he had either the TurboGrafx 16 or the Jaguar, one of them, and he had that Chuck Rock or whatever that game was. I remember not being really too impressed.
Oh my God. Crotch goblins or fuck trophies. That's what he calls his kids.
Jeez Louise. Shake Weight spit out cab fare? What is that? Atari games cost up to $20, which is $220.
Bonk's Adventure, I want.
Is that maybe that's what it was? I thought it was Chuck Rock though.
No,
but maybe it was Bonk.
And he eats a little like roast on a stick.
GTA is a mood. He agrees. Yeah, Hell Jumper. You just go in there and kind of zone out.
Flippy says Twisted Insane is crazy. My favorite song of his is Twisted Insane.
Twisted Insane's got this flow where it sounds like he's chopping like da, 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 but then he'll be like da, 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 like it like rolls. I'm like, dog, how did you even do that? Like he went
kind of like OT, Mexican OT,
but not rolling his words. His flow goes da, 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 like it goes like he is so crazy. I can't explain it. It's really crazy the way that it's kind of like he's going double speed and then he goes like 8 times speed.
Then he goes 100 speed.
It's like
ooh,
crazy.
Ratata.
I think Twisted Insane is the fastest rapper.
Ratata.
I think he's the fastest rapper.
Right.
He did songs with Tech 9 after that. Midwest Choppers, I think, was one of them, maybe. Yeah, nobody talks about Vice City Stories. I think that was on the PSP. I had the PSP. I would play that at work. I would play the Midway Arcade Collection because it had the Mortal Kombat arcade ports.
Ooh, Cecilia says Chuck Rock was on SNES and Genesis as well as Amiga.
It had to be on something else though, man. Unless he had Bonk's Adventures. Was Bonk on TurboGrafx 16 or Jaguar?
You're remembering this the same way you remembered that you've seen Toxic Avenger. You don't remember.
I remember. At least used to like to rob the hookers, duh. Why else would you pay him just to rob him back? Yo, I used to go in San Andreas, save in front of the casino, go into the casino, bet a bunch of money. If I lost, I would just reload my save. If I hit, I would go save again and then repeat, and I would become a multi-millionaire in San Andreas.
Cheat like that.
It's not really cheating if it's an in-game exploit.
You're cheating. It's too bad you can't do that in real life,
Bro,
right?
Rented the Power Glove. I know, right? Kanye got the Power Glove.
Infinite money glitch, curmudgeon. You got it. Kanye got a Power Glove.
All about rocket launchers and 5 stars. True agent of chaos, for real. But then you didn't want it to hit 5 stars because then it was kind of too difficult to get away. And you're like, fuck, now I got tanks coming after me or whatever.
Curmudgeon, we told you about Jem's casino money glitch he did back in the day.
Yeah, I had actually real life money glitch. That was crazy.
That was how many months? That went on for a few months.
Yeah, that really helped us get by.
That shit was crazy.
Phie's brother, not Alex, but Pete had Vice City in the car in the Eclipse. I remember driving at night in the car with him, playing Vice City, driving at night in the car. It was kind of weird. Yeah, Resident Evil. I wasn't really big into Resident Evil, but Gold Rush was a huge Resident Evil fan. One time, me and him played through the entire original Resident Evil. He did have the PlayStation, and then we sampled one of the songs and made a song out of it.
It kind of looks like that, Alex.
What's that?
He says that your curmudgeon's name, which he used to go by Stan Cartman Kenny.
No, it was curmudgeon first. He went back.
Okay, he just flip-flopped. My brother said, he goes, curmudgeon's name, I originally read it as Cum Dungeon.
There you go.
That does kind of look like that, but it's not. It's curmudgeon.
I don't think we've seen Kung Pao. George does like his chicken spicy, though.
No.
I support sex workers. Don't be in my way. GTA 6 will guaranteed have the option to pay more to start playing 4 days earlier. So if you're a streamer, it's worth it as everyone waits to the YouTube Twitch streamer streams of GTA 6.
You have one of those? Is it also Channing Tatum?
Yo, Pate says the Nintendo 4 pad was awesome for the Olympic track and field game, but other than that, it was worthless. Yo, California Games was my shit on Nintendo. I remember renting it a bunch of times. Quest for Fire is a great caveman movie. There's zero dialogue, just grunts and Ron Perlman.
What does he say? Right pocket got money, left pocket cocaine. I like a couple of songs by Mexican OT. I don't really
I couldn't really name
keep up with him.
I remember Davis Ryder put us on to Mexican OT when we were in California and we were riding with him. And I was like, oh, dude, bro was just rolling his R's and shit.
Nerdcore made it. He says, not a fan of Mexican OT. I've been on T-Rock and Tommy Wright at 111 this morning at the gym.
T-Rock, Rock Solid Mafia.
Whoa.
Yeah, T-Rock had the song that it was a diss song to 3-6. And he goes, he got a little arm. It doesn't work.
Oh my
It doesn't
God.
fit inside his shirt. He was dissing DJ Paul. I never knew DJ Paul had a messed up hand because he would always hold like a little rag or something.
I never knew either. And when you finally told, I was like, whoa.
That's when I first heard it. I was like, what is he talking about? And they were like, yo, you never look at this video. Da, 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 da. You can see it.
Whoa, I was like, what is that?
NES Advantage joystick with turbo. Yeah, the turbo controllers were always a game changer. What about Game Genie was a game changer? I used to be on that shit. Yeah, Ron Perlman in Quest for Fire with the least amount of caveman makeup. He doesn't need it, man. He got that.
He just walks on stage in his outfit and they're like,
Neanderthal look.
Ready, set, action.
Your brother looks a little bit like Gem. Damn, must be a good looking guy. The only WWF game I ever really got into was the NWO versus NWA. Is that what it's called? Or WCW versus NWO, the Nintendo 64 game.
I feel like we get this question every time. Modern Mills, you got mastermind.shop. You don't put any vowels in mastermind. MSTRMND.
We got a discount code for them.
What is it?
Mint 15.
Mint 15.
Saves 15%.
Then there's also Culture Kings. Right?
Yeah, Culture King.
What else?
This one I think I got from Revision something. I can't find it. Oh, you know what? I could find it real quick though. I don't know how real quick it'll be, but
yeah.
Because I shared it in the
Thank you, Cecilia. Look at Cecilia's comments. Nate, I think Cultures, is it spelled with a K?
Culture King. No, Culture is spelled with a C.
Oh, okay.
But this shirt right here is from Revision Archive. They're pretty good. This is a 2X though. It doesn't fit to me like an oversized 2X though. So maybe it's a regular 2X. I don't know how you would say it.
You don't have a video of this that you could just direct people to yet? Or you'd be like, this is the place where I get all of my shirts.
Actually, I do have a video like that.
You should have it so you can just put the link.
But that was before I was rocking with the Mastermind shirts. If Painted Pages doesn't start feeling better, the wife and I will be eating top ramen at GemCon. Well, don't come getting me sick. We'll come anyway, but either way.
Thank you, Modern Mills.
Yeah, what happened to Johnny 5 Alive, man? He don't be in the chat anymore. Living life, probably.
But that's also from Short Circuit.
No, I know. That's made me connect the dots. Mr. Farts reading Jason Aaron's Thor. D. Marcel's reading The Boys.
Mr. Farts is my favorite name.
I have read both of those. Me and Leash are fighting about what? Jim Carrey?
Yeah. And Jem's gonna fight you like he's in the fucking what is it called?
Medieval times.
There you go.
Oh, G-Moy only has a daughter in Japan.
Hold on.
I thought you were joking.
You didn't say shout out to DJ Small Arm.
DJ Small Arm.
Yeah, I would
Real
literally cry and walk off stage if someone said that to me, my little arm.
Oh, for DJ Paul?
Yes.
Zac Efron had an accident where he fell and needed reconstructive surgery. Not even his fault, is what he said.
Oh, what?
That's what happened. He got a new jaw as Rail plus roids. Fallen Heroes of Pisces.
Yes. Yes.
I know. I look like Vinny from Jersey Shore on the thumbnail.
He has some insane eyebrows, though, Vinny from the Jersey Shore. They like wrap his whole face.
Yeah.
I've never been to medieval times, but I would love to.
Yeah, Jem's doing a long. I can't do the short hair when I get real slim because then I start looking like sick or something. Like I gotta let the hair grow out. Fallen Hero says, "Don't grow it back out."
It's getting grown.
All those books, and you didn't tell your kid to bring them home. What does that mean? Jay's got Berserk Volume 1 though, but she always bullshits. Fantastic Four, Superman this summer, both AJ,
both
Paneo,
both
them for sure. And they missed the best part and ruined it by doing artificial insemination.
They missed the best part, really.
Jeez Louise.
Mock Swagger, I know. Are you saying it like this? Since there were no utensils in medieval times, there'll be no utensils at medieval times. Would you like a refill on that Pepsi?
Oh, Pate finally went to Toy Pit. I haven't gone to the new location yet. Pretty cool if you want to put up with traffic and travel time. Wear your gang neutral colors though.
Oh no!
I went to the other one, but I haven't been to the new one yet. Faithful Steve jumping in.
There he is.
The replay. Okay. Superman looks great. Am I going to try the new Indiana Jones game? I heard it wasn't good. People were talking about it a lot when it first came out, and then it was an Xbox exclusive, so I couldn't play it. But yeah, here now it's coming out on PlayStation. Fuck legs, Team Lollipop. Hell no. Can't skip leg day, man. You burn a lot of calories working out them quads.
Oh, he's saying bring the comic books home from the thrift store, like what she's doing.
Yeah.
No, it's had to do with her job. Don't want her to lose her job, but she's killing it because it's like she sends it. So I guess like with her job, all the other people in the other stores who have her same job, I guess they kind of like have a competition with them to see who can send the things that will sell for the most online. She did pretty good that month that you had her with those comic books.
Yeah, they sold for good amounts.
They sold well.
Peter Powers at the gym, getting that out of the way right now while watching. No kids. Eric Thompson is wilding. Jackson Todd, my kind of guy. The weather machine is acting up. I believe you.
Yeah. See, Fallen Hero says his wife used to manage a Goodwill. Comics don't even go out on the shelves. They immediately get shipped to be sold online. Yeah.
It's been Silent Hill fog all day. Now suddenly the sky is blue. Switch 2 pre-orders go live at midnight in North America. Get ready to waste some money. I'm not buying that. I don't want to buy that.
Guys, thanks for coming to hang out with us. Thanks for everyone who commented. How far off are you, man?
I don't know. It seems like you're ending.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, well, I'm just getting caught up. GemMint Sydney vlog would go hard.
We're coming out there, Flippy.
I had a dream. I had a Dreamcast and I had a Sega Saturn. I think Sega Saturn maybe first. Also, amazing how I saw Bone in a small town in Youngstown in Ohio, and they were pushing Faces of Death. Really? Remember, we always think Austin LeMay is super young.
Yeah, I didn't see his age. Yo, we're gonna see you in 30 days, Leash.
Like Mock knew about Twisted Insane.
Yeah, of course Mock does.
Yo, I've never beat Mike Tyson's Punch Out. After like you fight the one guy for the second time, I don't think I could ever get past that. Vice City stores. I remember I had that shit. Graph it. Jim was a real deal. Yeah, of course we use cheats in Grand Theft as well. Phie, you were freaking ending this, and I'm so far behind.
Yeah, catch up.
There goes Nerdcore.
Yeah, you're not that far behind.
Walker Joe's in the house, chanting all over his
painted pages. I'm getting there, and I still have to walk before I can even eat.
Oh, you kind of answered the shirt thing, right?
Yeah.
Gem using a Game Genie would have never guessed. Revision Archive. Culture Kings is one of them. Mastermind.shop. Use that discount code for sure.
Dang, Austin, you're 46. I didn't know that.
I know. I always think he's like Flippy.
Right.
Or
This
Micaiah
picture
Brown.
of you look like you're just at you're going to like a after school.
It's the back
thing.
of his head, like I'm watching Toxic Avenger again.
If I saw you up front, I wouldn't even know what you looked like.
DJ Small Arm. That's what he called DJ Paul.
He did.
Mastermind also has 4 for the 3. Buy 3, get 1 free right now.
Ooh.
I'd never been to Medieval Times. I always wanted to ever since seeing Cable Guy.
I don't know that I've ever been even near one. Is there one near where we are?
I don't know.
I gotta look.
Swing by the weed spot. Cecilia says, geez, Louise.
We'll make sure to do that before you get here.
No one's illa. Best part of leg day is hamstrings, the bicep of the leg. One time I really hurt my hamstring doing the girl version where you put when you're laying on your stomach. So now I don't do that machine anymore.
He texted me at the gym and I was like, what?
Yo, my whole body, I went white and I started sweating. Like when I popped a muscle in my hamstring, and shit was so crazy, man. So scary. And I was like, I had just kind of gotten into shape. It was like 2022. And I was like, I can't go to the gym anymore. Fuck. Yo.
Babe, that shit had me bugged out. It was in El Paso, though. It wasn't here.
No, it wasn't here. It was in El Paso. 143. We're going to see Leash in 30 days. Yes, sir. 143. Everyone in the chat. Appreciate everybody that came through. I was looking forward to the stream today. We'll be back live Friday.
Ooh, and I'm going to have candy. I got to remember to have candy. Can I just put it on the desk so I don't forget it?
If I don't have a video for tomorrow, are we going live tomorrow?
Sure.
Is that how we're going to play this?
Sure.
I have a video I can make. Yo, I got an early copy of the new Silver Surfer Omnibus, the Rider of the Spaceways. It's basically volume 2. But I was reading it. It's pretty dope, man.
Spam the chat.
Spam the chat.
Hold on. Somebody commented something that made me laugh. They were talking about, it was on another movie. They said crammed in there in like you're in a can of Spam.
Man, but appreciate you guys coming out. 143. Stay minty fresh.
Peace.
Catch you tomorrow. Peace out.
Baby girl, I'm getting waited on by waiters now. I got the windows down and I'm gone, girl. Hit the flow, do your thing, this your song, girl. You have my heart and you tossed it. I gave you all and you lost it. You had the ball and you dropped it. Look, you been shot and you blocked it. Now I'm ready to fly and I'm doing alright. Sun ain't riding at night while I swerve and say, you done messed up. You done messed up. You done messed up. You done messed up. When I met her, she was with the girl drinking. Man, she wasn't drinking, she was drunk. I know that I was dumb, but everybody plays a fool sometimes. It's no exceptions to the rules. Listen, baby, it was something about her eyes, man. Hit her up the next day to see her mind frame. Everything was straight, everything was going good. Got the candles that we listened to the Lauren Hill. Had the mindsets before we did the intercourse, interpreting our dreams, and we discussing abortion and other topics just to see if you were little. You were insecurities and told us you was beautiful. But you had my heart and you tossed it. I gave you all and you lost it. You had the ball and you dropped it. Look, you been shot and you blocked it. Now I'm ready to fly and I'm doing alright. Sun ain't riding at night while I swerve and say, you done messed up. You done messed up. You done messed up. You done messed up. Make it more than the first impression, girl. I was trying to leave a brand. Giving you Valentine present more than a week ahead. Making sure you were the first girl with a smile. Making sure you were the first girl with them blouse. On the day of came 12 a.m. 8 bar remix. If I fall in love, Jay Shan. You were writing songs, she'll call you wildin'. But on the real, that was like milk to a cow, man. And it really wasn't nothing. Man, I like the girl that let me stop frontin'. I'm missing you, ain't seen you in days. Can't tell you to go, can't tell you to stay. But there's no reason to worry, cause we both know that you didn't deserve me. Can't be mad because you weren't God's will, and chivalry wasn't that, baby, you the one that killed it. You had my heart and you tossed it. I gave you all and you lost it. You had